everybody. Hello and welcome to Fistivities. KB with you. Karyn, Bryant. Wow, we got a feisty audience tonight. You guys are too good. Oh, the dream is to do this show in front of a live audience. I hope to do that. You know, I was thinking it'd be fun if like a sponsor or something wanted to do that during International Fight Week. So what you guys should do is hit up some of your favorite sponsors and let them know that they should pay for me and Renato to go out there and do some stuff out of their booth or something like this. Okay, I'm trying to... Okay, so I move the mic up because I need the mic. I realize, like, sometimes my little name thingy isn't in the shot, and, like, what's the point, right? If it's... There we go. How about that? That's, like, from my office at... FX or CN, I don't know, somewhere. How are you guys? How's it going tonight? Sage Northcutt. This is episode 83. Super Sage Northcutt is joining us. This is gonna be fun. He just picked up a win at one championship show here in the U.S. The debut. It was like the crazy comeback story for him. He's been gone for years, and it's just a really great story. And it's really he's such a nice guy. And I'm just happy for him. First and foremost, hey, what up, Jay Crockett? What up? What up to you? What up, Johnny Morrow saying looking good. KB, thank you very much. Yes, Marcos Martinez, party time. It is Suavecito 6. Good to see you again as well. So yeah, folks, let me present to you what is. Oh wait, no. Sorry. Let me share. That's not what I wanted to do. I'm sorry. I went to the wrong thing. Let me show you something that what's on the show tonight. I have the hit list for what we have going on tonight, and this is what's coming up. So we are going to, of course, have Super Sage Northcutt on because we want to talk to him about his win. We're going to react to UFC Charlotte, and I will show you in a second. Chidi was right again last week. I got to double check what his record is. It might be 29-2 right now. I could double check that in a second. But yeah, he was correct. Jailton Almeida picked up the win over Biggie. We'll get to that. We can then look ahead for Chidi's choice. He's got the prediction for Angela Hill versus Mackenzie Dern. This one sucks. So when Chidi was doing this one, it's just made best girl win. I like both of them so much. Obviously, Angie and I used to do a podcast together, but Mackenzie has been on the show, as has Angie. They're both just really, really cool. So I hate when people that much fight each other. It sucks. I feel like a lot of people can feel the pain on this one because I feel like people are fans of both of them. I think. I don't know. Then we're also going to talk about Francis Ngannou's deal over at PFL. Congratulations to him. Big deal with a lot of information and a lot of interesting bits and pieces to it. On the other side of things, Ja Morant. Renato, I think, has some opinions on that. He talks about he likes basketball. I like it. I don't watch it as much, but I do. I do like it. And then we were going to get into some stuff about the best ways you used to ditch school. So some of those things are kind of crazy thing. So Dee, you're asking, did I break the internet with that bikini festivities ad? Okay, so I don't know. Now I was like I said, I was out in Palm Springs this weekend, and I had a good time. So I was out there punching up my tan, and I'm not gonna lie, that is why. So that's what I had to get out and get some sun. So I am wearing now orange because I did get some sun. I got a tan. I had to punch it up, and so yeah, I had a good time in Palm Springs for Mother's Day weekend. Hopefully all of you out there who are moms and mom figures, hopefully you guys had a great day, and hopefully you got treated well, and or at least got, it's tough because I couldn't be with my mom, but I did have my kid with me, so it's 50-50. 6 one, half dozen the other there. But anyway, Father's Day is next, so those of you who still have your dads, you're lucky, and start planning. Okay, let me look at a couple more questions. I'm sorry, I have let me get a sip of water here. couple of things I want to tell you guys too as well. If you don't know, Joseph Bell asking me who am I working with on the desk this weekend. It is Rashad and Alan. So that's who I've got with me. So it should be fun, as always. So, look at, they're great. Come on. I mean, come on. Like all my people are cool. Okay. Yeah. I just remembered something else. I just wanted to make sure that I sent, Renato the link to this because, yeah, I did. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to show you guys, and I mentioned it over the weekend as well, but if you don't know now, I am working with Crossrope, so I can give you 15% off on anything at the Crossrope store. Just use promo code KB15. It's so simple. So just go to crossrope.com, KB15. So you can get your ropes. Now, they have a bunch of different kinds. I obviously, or maybe not obviously, some of you might be tuning in for the first time. But if you know me at all, and if you look at my channel and my Insta and stuff like that, you'll see a lot of jump rope videos. I jump rope. I've been jumping rope since the beginning of the pandemic. It's my favorite thing to do. So KB15, it's so much more fun than running. And let me tell you, so they have weighted ropes. They have, that they're not cheap, but they are worth it. And that's what I'm going to say is the reason they're worth it is because you will actually use them. I use mine multiple times a week, literally for the past 3 years. And that is without working with them. I literally just started working with them now. So I 100% believe in the product. And they have new ones now that I don't even know about yet. Like I haven't even tried them. I'm looking at them right now on my floor because I wanted to do an unboxing video and stuff like that. But they have the new Bluetooth ones. I think it's kind of like how a lot of people use Peloton and the mirror things and, all those sort of app-driven devices or, whatever, treadmills and bikes and stuff like that. So now you can do that with your ropes. So the handles have Bluetooth and you Bluetooth in with the app and it has all these things, meters to make sure you're keeping up with the pace and all that kind of stuff. So I am a huge fan and advocate. Like I freaking love it. I was jumping rope this afternoon. It's literally my happy place. So KB15, 15% off. Learn it, know it, use it. And I'm here, you know why? Because I'm here to save you some money. That's right. That's what I'm going to do. Save you some cash. Okay. So there was something that I wanted to ask you about. Okay, we may as well go and we can kind of get into this a little bit. I'm curious what you got. Oh, well. Okay, actually, this is what I wanted to ask you guys about first. I'll mention this thing. So Francis Ngannou, yeah, he's got a deal over at the PFL, and so he is going to be over there fighting in what is called the super fight division. And so that means like he's going to be able to do MMA and boxing or whatever. They're going to be able to get a much bigger part of the purse. I know there were some things being written today about how his opponent was going to have a $2 million guarantee. I don't know all the details on the financials of all of that stuff, but I do know that it said that he was also going to be part of the global advisory board on MMA and help growing it throughout the world. And then also he was going to be the head of PFL Africa, which is cool, and which they're developing over there and which they are trying to build up with that talent over there. If you know, EFC Africa is a fight league over there. Excuse me, that's been going on for quite some time. Ruan Potts is a guy I know. He was a heavyweight from EFC who's come over to the UFC, and we've had some other people. I believe Dadikas had fought in the EFC as well, if I'm not mistaken, and probably some other folks too. But yeah, at any rate, that's yeah. So that is great news for Francis, I think. What do you guys think? Okay, so Nate Marks is saying Francis will fight can after can once a year. So you're a little bit cynical about it. I guess you're a little bit cynical about it. Well, I don't know. See, Johnny is saying get that money, not mad, as childish can be. Get your money. Get your money. I love that song. Oh, my God. So, yeah, I don't know. some people are cynical about it. Some people think it's great. Some people are happy that he got paid. Some people just whatever. We can see what this man thinks about it. I feel like this man believes in doing nothing but chasing the paper. Let me introduce to you 27-time World Jiu-Jitsu champion, Mr. Renato Laranja. Hi.
Oh God, are you? Speaking of getting, speaking of getting, speaking of getting paid for her.
Yeah.
I'm the hitchiest man in MMA podcasting, Karyn.
Are you? Are you?
Yeah. I'm hacking in the box. Now, let me tell you something. I could have a problem with my screen, but I want to see the light to shimmer off your creme brulee skin, Karyn.
You always say that, and it's not dark. Maybe your screen is just dark.
Maybe you're getting
like literally every light in my apartment is on right now.
maybe you lost some of your light skinned powers. I don't know. Maybe you're not as light as. Oh, well, look at you was light for a second and then it stopped.
Well, I sat really close. I can't. The thing is all the way up. Like it's literally all the way up. So I have literally all the lights on in my place.
Well, you still look good anyway, Karyn. So I hear you was talking about Francis Ngannou.
Yes. What do you think of him going over to the PFL?
Yeah, I'm listen. Obviously, we want to see these fucking guys in the UFC, because it's more kind of, let's face it, these other brands it's like back in the.
Remember who's coming on today?
Yes, but that now, how I put this one, everybody, all the organizations is fantastic, and I just want everybody to be happy. Okay, how about that? Um, But listen, I don't care. To be honest, I don't care where anybody go as long as they make the fucking money. If you can it's a hard business. I can't think of a tougher business.
Yeah.
If you can make a fucking buck in this thing, God bless you. Whether it's in the fucking PFL, the fucking whoever, Cage Warrior, King of the Cage, who gives a shit? Make you fucking money because you like the chop. I mean, imagine the percentage. I mean, you have the actors. The SAG is like they say like point whatever percent of actors is actually working. I mean,
right.
of SAG members is working. Imagine what it is for like MMA fighters. How many percent is making a living for?
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine? It can't be that much.
Yeah, I know you're breaking up some.
Oh, okay. I thought so because the way he was looking at me.
Yeah.
Am I still fucked up?
Yeah, you froze. And Sage is here, so I want to bring him in soon. So.
Okay, I'll come. I'll go out and came back.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I know it is, you guys. It's the Brazilian Wi-Fi. It's tripping. Mulatto Vanguard. This is episode 83. 83. And how is the lighting though? I literally don't have more lights. Like I don't have more lights. So I think it's fine. I don't know. I think maybe his screen sometimes is just a little bit dark. But like I said, we have Sage Northcutt here, and I'm just going to wait till we get Hanato back, and then we'll bring him in. But as you guys know, Sage just picked up a win at One Championship when they had their debut show here in the United States. And for the record, actually, if you didn't know, I had interviewed Chatri before the show. Of course, he's the head of One Championship, and it's still totally worth checking out that interview because we talk a lot about the organization and his aspirations and what they want to do with it here in the United States. And also, of course, he talks about why he likes Sage so much and how important he is to the organization. So you might want to check that one out still. You can find it on my channel. That is an interview with Chatri. And listen, there's just so much. There's a lot going on with Hanato. Let me see. If this Wi-Fi of his, I don't understand. I know he's trying. But yeah, D&D Super Sage Northcutt, happy he got the win and was pleasantly surprised that he got the sub. Yeah, look, it was a heel hook, only 39 seconds. And so there was some drama a little bit at the beginning. It was, oh, Jesus, oh, sweet Jesus. I think everybody was a little bit nervous because we know that he had to have surgery after his fight before. And so I think a lot of us were kind of holding our breath. I know I was, but he did handle it and was able to get the submission. So, so it was a great victory for him. Renato, welcome back. I see you. You're good. Okay. You ready?
I'm here. I'm ready as I'll ever be.
Okay, ready. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that said, and my ear, I don't want them to fall out. You know him, you love him. He's one of the nicest fighters, but he's also very, 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 very dangerous. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome in Super Sage Northcutt.
Hey, hey, how you doing, Sean?
How you doing? Thanks for having me.
How you doing, my brother? It's been a long time.
It's been a long time, I know.
Oh God, he was there to witness. It was almost the death of our beloved Chaihan Woodley because I did a stunt that went a high. When I tried to kick a karate with a karate kick. I tried to kick a bottle off of the head of Chiron Woodley. You remember that one? You remember that?
I didn't see that. That's crazy.
You was there. You was there, porra. You was right there.
Wait, yes, I remember that. Yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it was almost end his career. It was before it was the second Wonder Boy. And to his credit, said was I think you got this.
Oh no, you're cutting out a little bit.
Yeah, we
shit.
missed that one, Renato.
Fuck.
I heard you say to his credit.
Did you see me now? No. Am I back or no?
No, you're a little.
No, let me just get rid of the internet, the Wi-Fi or whatever. Hold
Yeah,
on.
just do it on the cellular, I guess. He's in. I guess even though he lives in the States, sometimes it's somehow rooted through Brazil. I think I don't want to diss the country. It's his specific favela, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, he had told me that you guys had met a while back, but I didn't know how well you knew Renato.
Yeah, I met him a while back. It was a long time ago, actually, when I was training up with Tyron Woodley, probably, I think like 6 years ago, maybe 7 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Am I back or no?
Yes, you're back. So Renato, he said it
Okay.
was about 6 or 7 years ago that you guys met when he was training with you.
Yeah, and it was and to his credit, he told me, "No, you don't got this. Like you don't have to do this." And it turned out he was right. His calculations was correct.
Wait, so who was kicking who? Wait.
I was kicking a water bottle off the top of Chiron Woodley's head with a sidekick,
But you
with a
missed.
flying sidekick. Well, just a little bit like that, but it's a game of inch for her. And I was kicking him in his afro or whatever, and he never been the same for her since then.
Oh
God,
no! Oh no! But Sage, I'm sure that's something you could do. I mean, how long did you train karate before you got into MMA?
No, it was quite a while. I started karate when I was 4, so pretty much my whole life that I can remember since I was young.
Oh my gosh! So are you one of those guys? I mean, I know you are, right? Do you have an entire trophy room? I mean, do you? And I bet you have some of the times when you were a kid, like you probably got some of those trophies that were taller than you.
Absolutely, yeah. Those are the coolest ones growing up. When you get the ones that are like 5.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
the
those are the ones
best.
you wanted. I like those trophies, and then I like getting the huge cups. Like I remember one time I was trying to drink out of it, but the giant cups, those were awesome.
Oh yeah, all that stuff. Especially when you're a kid, you think it's like magic. You don't realize those cost about $3.50 to make that one. But they seem like the most important thing on earth, cara.
It's the greatest.
No, yeah.
Oh my god! Well, I do want to know how you felt getting that victory because obviously we're just talking about it. You only took you 39 seconds. You got a heel hook, and you did face a little bit of adversity in the fight at first. But I'm just curious for you, like, what was that ring walk like after being away for so long, and what was it like, kind of the exhale after the fight?
Yeah, the nerves were crazy. So in the back, I can't even tell you. I was getting goosebumps. Like so one championship had the curtains like where you walk out and you go down the ramp, but right there they had a screen monitor. So like as my opponent was walking out, I'm watching the screen monitor and I was getting pumped up, jumping up and down, and I had the goosebumps like all over my arms, my legs, like probably had them on my stomach if I could see.
Right.
But yeah, that's how much like adrenaline I had, and walking out to the fight was was a crazy feeling. I felt zoned in, but after the fight, that adrenaline didn't wear off all night. I don't think I fell asleep until like 4 or 5 o'clock that morning. I just couldn't sleep. I was so excited.
Yeah. That makes
Yeah.
sense. I mean, that's amazing. Everybody, we was all happy for you because we see so much potential in you. So many people, we see so much potential, and you're so young. So even any bumps in the road, you still got so much left in you, and you haven't took a lot of damage, to be honest, So it's not like you have a lot of hard miles on yourself,
Right. Yeah.
You know what
Thank
I'm
you.
saying? Oh yeah, not like a Vinny Magalhães or whatever.
I
You're
mean,
more fresh. Yeah.
but
Thanks.
but you did have to have facial surgery though, right? After the
Right.
fight with Cosmo Alexandre. So, I mean that's why I said it earlier in the show. Like when you get out there and the first punch, I was like, I just held my breath. Like I just held my breath, and I know you're fine, and I know it's been years, and I know that you're healed up. But it's just like it just made me nervous. But how long of a recovery process was that for you? Because I don't know how delicate the facial bones are. Like I don't know how long those take to heal up.
Yeah, it took some time to heal up for sure. And
Yeah.
the hardest part for me was it was like, if I had to say, at least a year plus healing up and then kind of getting back out there. But even like a few months after that, after the fight, I was trying to get back out there and do some kind of cardio. I was trying to shadow box or go jogging.
Yeah.
And that kind of set me back a little bit. I couldn't
Oh,
just sit
yeah.
around for a year and do nothing. So
Oh,
that was a tough part, I guess, being an athlete and not being able to do anything. Just
so
that was
depressing.
the worst.
So
Yeah.
depressing. You start to
So-
doubt yourself at that point. You go, wait a second. Wow. Yeah, that's the worst injury like that, especially a young athletic
Right.
gentleman like yourself.
It was crazy because I had that, and then afterwards I got a fight set. I was set to fight Shinya Aoki, and then he's been around the sport for a long time. Good grappler.
Yeah.
Legend.
And I had that fight set, and then worst timing ever. I think pretty much mostly everybody around the world caught COVID, but I caught COVID a week before flying out overseas. So for me, I was like, oh, I'm coming back. It's time. And then all of a sudden caught COVID. I was like, oh, are you kidding me? And then now I got to finally make my comeback, what I just had. So that was great.
God, are you? What a long time to wait for, huh?
mean, yeah.
Did you ever think? Did you ever think like while they was doing the surgery, like, hey, why not get some lips, get the duck lips, or would it kill you to get some duck lips or
He's
something
gonna
like
gild the lily over here. What are you
Get
talking
some
about,
injection.
Renato?
Yeah.
that? Can you imagine this fucking guy with the lips?
Want to give me some
Like the
cushion?
Yeah, like the permanent fucking lip. Oh God, are you? And a BBL or something like that, so he can be like DC.
Oh,
You
no, I
know?
don't know if I need that.
No, I'm kidding.
That's
I'm,
funny.
ki- I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh
I'm
my
kidding.
goodness.
No,
Oh
but
my
one thing I do like though, I like the new hair. To be honest, I like the hair.
Yeah?
Yeah,
All
it's,
right.
I think it's a thumbs up because you had that. We did
Me
that.
too.
Now it's time for the next 2.0 hair, and you're moving into your next phase, porra.
I like it too. I
Absolutely.
definitely
Yeah, I
do.
figured change it up, you know?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So if you believe, and I have a feeling you probably believe everything happens for a reason. So the timing worked out then for you to have your comeback fight in the States, which is kind of awesome.
Oh,
on the
yeah,
same
true,
fight
true.
with Mighty
yeah.
Mouse and stuff like that. So in a way, maybe not to say that couldn't have worked out still, but that was kind of great to have to come back here in the States. So, I mean, how good did that feel? Because at least, I know that's one thing that can be a little bit tough for some folks who have gone from a United States-based organization over to a Singapore-based organization, and they're fighting around the world more, fighting in Asia more. Some people miss home,
Right, absolutely. And speaking of that, so most people don't know, right before I had the fight here in the US in Colorado, one Fight Night 10, I was actually talking to One Championship, and I was like, hey, I want to fight in March. So I was going to fight in March in Singapore, and I was telling One, I'd like to do both, fight in March and then fight in the US also. And we decided it was best just to wait for the US one just in case.
Yeah.
We got to do it.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I did. It was
Yeah.
an amazing, amazing night. And the crowd, I don't know if y'all saw it, but the crowd was getting into it. They were,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good experience.
Now, did you have to how did you have to acclimate to the altitude up there for a while, or did you just say fuck it?
No, I did a little bit, but not much. I heard people
Wow.
going out there a month early to get used to Colorado altitude.
Yeah.
I was training in Sacramento with Uriah Faber and Team
Oh,
Alpha
yeah.
Male, so
Yeah.
they're not too far away from Lake Tahoe. So I was kind of going up to Tahoe, like 7,000 feet altitude. I was just kind of pushing my cardio up there, even
Okay.
though I wasn't staying up there for weeks at a time. But I felt like when I got to Colorado after like a day or so, I felt pretty good.
It got into your bloodstream or whatever. Yeah. Plus,
I felt good.
Plus, you're training with alfalfa male. So most of those guys is so small that it's like you're a giant to those guys. So there's like a difference. You get used to the speed and the altitude. You already at a higher altitude than those guys because they look like the crew of the Keebler Elf, porra. You know?
Yeah, they have, man, all the
Yeah.
guys at Alpha Male have some of the best cardio. I do.
Yeah.
They have a lot of good guys now. They got Chris Gonzalez. He's my weight. He fights Ryan Loader. He's a weight class above me. We got a lot of big guys too now. So, got good partners with good cardio too.
Do you have your Max Payne Griffin or is that it?
Yes.
Yes,
He's
that's-
great. Yep.
Nice.
That's a good guy for
Love
you
Max.
to train.
He's awesome.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah.
He come on this show all the time, porra. We known
Yeah,
him for a
Max
long
will
time.
go.
Oh, he's super
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, for the longest time, he was the only man of a normal size who used to train there for him.
Stop.
Now I'm sure he's glad that you're there for him.
Stop it.
Well, it was like Gulliver Travel before, you know.
No.
And well, you used to the Bible, the stories. It's like Goliath or whatever, and David and stuff. You were like the Goliath there, and those guys is like the little people, Karyn. But we love them. We love it all size and shape,
Yeah, we
Karyn.
do.
They all got children for him.
Okay, so at this point now, when will you fight again? What's how soon can you go? Because obviously, yeah, you didn't take any damage. It was a
Right.
39-second fight.
Yeah, so talking with one championship, maybe making the match that I had set before with Shinya come to life and happen now. So I think that might be the next step is getting to fight Shinya Aoki. And I was thinking about it. It'd be pretty cool to have that fight in Japan. I saw people on Twitter and Instagram and stuff that were commenting, "Oh, this would be so awesome in Japan." So
It would.
I'd be
Yeah.
down for that too.
Yeah, because you want to fight that guy in Japan because it's like he's kind of I don't know how many he got left in him, you know. So it's like you want to get him there in the element with the craziness, and if you can pull that off, that would be an exciting story for you, you know.
Oh, it'd be so exciting. That'd
Yeah.
be awesome.
I don't know that I would do the same strategy though with him as this last fight, though, Karyn. You know that. Careful with that. This is where the Kahari take precedence here, you know.
There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, no, that would be amazing. And plus, too, that kind of fight, like you get to really, you're not really the villain, but you get to kind of go in there and play villain. You know what I mean?
Right.
Against the look, it'd be so iconic. Like the visuals to that, I think would be really great. Like I just can picture the poster in a very cartoon, like a very manga and anime way. With like you versus Shinya would be that'd
Yeah,
be cool.
but I think they would
Awesome.
also love him in Japan though too.
Oh, of course.
Like
That's what I'm saying.
they
They
love
would love you as
they love
as
the
villain.
all-American guy or whatever. You know, they like that stuff.
Please.
That'd
be
so cool.
Every manga has that kind of guy. Like,
Yeah.
there's always the chiseled face. Yeah, come on.
He can be
don't-
dressed like Ken or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that would, imagine you come out with the head gi or whatever. Ooh,
There you go. I need to learn some Japanese too. I mean,
A little something.
Japanese. I've never been to Japan, but it looks amazing.
I've never been either. My daughter actually just came back. She went on a school trip, and I'm really envious because I've never been either, and she absolutely loved it. She is actually way into anime and manga and all that, and so
Yeah.
it was like the motherland for her in terms of her interest. She loved it
That's
there,
cool.
and so yeah, I got to get there.
Yeah, I've been watching quite a bit of anime actually, like a show called One Piece.
Nice.
oh wait, I feel like I seen that. I seen
Yeah,
that.
Of course,
Wait,
One Piece. Yeah.
who's on that? What's like the character in there?
There's a guy on One Piece. His name's Luffy. He's like the main character, but a guy named Zoro. He's like a swordsman.
Zoro.
Zoro is pretty awesome.
I,
You like Zoro?
I'm sure I would like Zoro.
One Piece is popular. Yeah.
You know what you gotta see? An old one because I'm not of the new stuff, but there's one called Ninja Scroll. Ninja Scroll?
Okay,
Ninja
it's a
Scroll
must.
or Ninja Scroll?
Scroll.
I gotta check it
Oh, it's
out.
a good one. Oh,
It
it's a good
is.
one. Huh? What was that?
Yeah, I gotta check it out.
Oh
So it's
yeah,
good, huh?
yeah. That's one of the, and of course Akira. That's one of the all-time favorite.
Okay.
Yeah. What?
Oh yeah.
What, Karen Bryant? You look
No,
disturbed
nothing. I
about.
was just looking to see if there was any questions. No, I had a question for you actually. Speaking of Team Alpha Male,
Right.
Chad Mendez. What did you think of him in that fight? Because he did the BKFC fight. It was
right.
such an incredible fight. Oh my god! But then
Yeah.
he retired after. And I mean, I actually watched that with Kiesa and Alan. We all watched it together after we
Right.
got off of work, and we were just like, "Oh my god!" Like way, way, way into it. But what did you think of that?
Man, that was a crazy fight. Yeah, him and Eddie, they brought it. That was
Yeah.
Chad's like a specimen. He's built. He's so physically strong. And
Crazy.
last fight, that was crazy. He's he's had a great career. And
He has.
I know he does a lot of stuff with hunting. He has his own brand. I think it's Fins and Feathers or
Yep.
yeah. And
The
so he's
Fins
got a
and the
lot of other
Feather.
stuff that he does. But yeah, Chad, that fight was crazy. I think all those bare knuckle fights, that's crazy. The amount of damage that they take and that they give, it's pretty intense.
It's not for the faint of heart.
No way.
That shit is different. You can tell it's a different animal because of how good Mike Perry is doing in there. It's
Right.
like in MMA he wasn't dominant, but in that sport it's like there's something it's meant for him, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
there's something about that. It's interesting to watch.
Oh yeah, he's tough too. Mike Perry's tough. He's a.
Phew. Yeah,
You
and I
saw
think
the
it
fight with
take.
him and Luke.
He,
Oh God! I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And if it was MMA, you'd probably bet the house on fucking Luke.
right.
If it was
But
regular MMA, but in
He's
this
found
one,
his niche.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
God. Oh
When
my
I
God.
saw him do that well against MVP, I knew that I was like, I wouldn't bet against him now against anybody, to be honest.
Right.
Did you see that fight against him and Michael Venepage?
Yeah, I did, and MVP's got great timing too. That was, man, it's like
Tell the
good
truth.
balling out there.
Tell the truth. Didn't you thought he was gonna wipe up the floor with Mikey Perry?
Man, MVP's timing and stuff and his distance is so good, but the bare knuckles crazy. It's like I don't know how everyone's not breaking their hands. That's
Me
what
too.
don't
I
get.
think they are. I think that's the ingredient. It's like
Right.
it's the guys who's tough enough to go, fuck it, I'm just gonna keep swinging. That's probably
Yeah.
why Mike Perry does so well. He's crazy, poor.
Crazy tough.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm curious when you were healing up and all that time that you didn't have fights, what did you do to, stay busy, stay sane? Like, did you try to get into acting? Did you what
That's not gonna make him stay sane, poor. That's gonna make him fucking nuts.
No, but I'm just saying, like, to have another pursuit or take some classes. Like, what did you do? Because I think it'd be tough. I'm saying that too because your wife is an actress, right? So
Right.
Oh,
that
you're
yeah,
married
so
now.
it's
Yep.
not insane and out there.
Oh,
that
your
he
wife
could've
is an
gotten
act. I
into
didn't know
that.
your wife was an act. I didn't
Yeah,
know any of that stuff. Ah.
Yeah, she does acting and she does voiceovers on cartoons and like anime.
Oh, that
She's a-
stuff is so much fun for her.
It is,
Voiceover.
Oh, she's so good at it too. Yeah, she's
Wow.
like the main voice Poppy on Trolls on Netflix.
Oh, I never watched it, but I know what it is.
Yeah,
No
she's super
shit.
talented.
Wow.
That's awesome.
For me, like during the first bit after my fight where I had my injury and I was healing up, the world kind of shut down in Hollywood. Like for a while when COVID stuff happened, everything was shut down for like a good year and a half, I think. So I didn't really get too much into that. But I was just doing fun stuff. Like I got into some gaming a little bit. I got into watching anime. My brother's like, you got to start watching anime. He gave me all these animes to watch. I was studying
good.
up.
I watch
Yeah.
anime with my kid, so yeah.
Oh yeah, they're cool. I was never really watched anime before that, and then when all that stuff happened, that's when I started getting into it, and I had time, and I was studying up on fighters, watching a bunch of fights, and then when I was back at it, I was training a lot of grappling, a lot of wrestling, striking. I was staying consistent and getting after it. So I kept myself busy, even though I wasn't fighting. Also doing fun stuff too. I love fishing. I was going out to the lake fishing, going out to the rivers. I was hiking, off-roading, just doing outdoor stuff I like doing.
Nice.
Do you and your wifey live in Sacramento?
So I go up to Sacramento when I have my training camps.
Oh, for camp. Okay. So you
Yes.
still live in Texas now, or?
Kind of go back and forth, mostly out
Okay.
of California because training wise
Oh.
and stuff, and then up towards kind of like LA area, like Valencia.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we both live in the
Yeah,
LA,
we live in LA,
area.
so, yeah.
Not together, of course, Karyn.
No.
Oh, nice.
She would be so lucky.
Oh, you wish.
Yeah. She want to marry your Uncle Hanach, but
Oh
I
my
can't be.
God.
I can't
If I
be.
marry you,
I don't want to live in
not ever
sin.
date and not ever go out with.
Yeah.
Maybe meet
Um,
coffee.
Y'all are
No,
funny.
yeah. Well, it's true. It is funny imagining someone like myself
this
with
is as
someone
close
like
as I want to
that.
get with him, Sage. This is as
Yeah.
close as this is as close as I want to get.
That's protest.
This is
You know what? That's a false witness, porra. You bear false witness, caralho. That's a sin. Never.
I'm good.
But yeah. So do you, so then you still able to train? Do you take advantage of your brother-in-law because he's such your brother-in-law is one of my favorite all-time fighter. Heyman Daniels. For people who don't know, Heyman Daniels. Watching this guy fight is
Is
poetry.
that
Now
Courtney's husband?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's incredible striking.
Oh, okay.
He is something fucking else. I mean, to watch him is just win, lose, or draw. He's so exciting. He takes chances. It's beautiful to watch. Just for real. I'm not joking. He's really one of my very favorite. I love that guy.
And he's actually fighting this Saturday for Karate Combat.
Oh yeah.
I think he.
Oh,
Just
he's
flew out-
fighting.
Yeah.
He's fighting like a black gentleman or no?
I don't think for this fight. I know.
Hey, got any other info on him?
No. No. I know he fought that guy and it didn't
Just
go his way.
Give me a black guy. All right.
Hey, only
No,
Mike
no.
Perry can say that. No, just kidding.
That's true. My parents the only black. He's a Nubian prince or whatever. Yeah. Oh, Mike Perry. We're also proud of him. He's made black
Fight
folks
this Saturday.
very proud.
I know he just flew out to Florida. I'll have to tell him he said hi.
Oh yeah, John. He know. We did a video before together.
He's
really?
in
And your sister, huh?
karate combat. He does.
Yes.
He does that, but he used to do Glory. He fought the best guys in
No, I know the
Glory.
name. I know I've seen him fight. I just didn't know
Yeah.
who he was fighting with now.
He's also even did MMA, and he's had a couple viral knockouts doing crazy fucking stuffs. I mean, almost like MVP type stuffs. Is you kind of remind me of Michael Venom Page in certain ways.
Right.
Yeah,
super
very-
entertaining.
Very creative. Yeah, you never know what's gonna happen with that guy. Amazing.
You you mentioned watching a lot of tape and stuff. Do you study a lot of footage? Because I'm curious. Some people, there's certain fighters that never even watch fights at all. Not even
I know.
watching their upcoming opponent. Like some people
It's crazy.
just want to show up on fight night. And then other people obviously study tape, study footage, all that stuff. So where do you fall? Obviously you do watch, but how much?
Yeah,
do you?
absolutely. Definitely watching it. Watching with my coaches too and kind of break down stuff. And then the fights that even the guys that I'm not fighting, different weight classes and stuff, I like watching those. They're exciting. So
Of course.
100%. I believe in watching tape. I think you
Yeah.
just kind of see like the good things and pick out things that maybe you didn't think of, or just you feel like you're always learning.
Absolutely. And I feel like you can learn just as much from watching bad fighters as good. Because you go, oh, don't do that. You know what I mean? You say, oh, I don't want to end up like that. And then you get on your P's and Q's about stuff. So
For sure.
watching,
Right.
steeping yourself in your arch can never be a mistake,
Well, that's why
Right.
the people who do the analyst work are always get better as fighters. They always talk about how much they've improved once they get back in there and start fighting.
Right. Yeah. Their fight IQ just goes up. Like they're
Yep.
watching everything, breaking stuff down. I can see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same if you're coaching people,
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I gotta
you
coach
said you watch
you over
anime
there,
and stuff
Karyn,
like
right?
that. Wait, but have you seen Guardians of the Galaxy yet? Like for
No.
some, I don't know if you watch Marvel movies,
Me
and maybe
neither.
it's because your image, people often portray you as like the superhero type of a guy, ourselves included
Thanks.
and stuff. But so, have you seen Guardians of the Galaxy? Do you like that kind of stuff? Like, are you
Oh, I
are you
do.
into Marvel and superheroes?
Oh
and that
yeah,
kind of
yeah. I
stuff?
love Marvel movies and like superhero movies. I haven't seen it yet. I was just talking about going to see it yesterday actually, and I got caught up in things. But I'm going to see it the next few days. I love it.
It's really
He
good.
he could also be the superhero like in The Boys. You ever watch The Boys?
Uh huh.
You know
No,
the
I've seen clips of it. The main guy. Maybe I need to go check it out. What's his
he have
name?
like a blonde haired guy. No, you don't want to be
Really?
like that guy. He's
No.
the opposite. He's the opposite of what you are.
Really?
When you see the show, you're gonna see what I mean. But
Yeah.
I
he's
got
no
you.
good. He have the all American look, and he looked like a pretty boy, and like they market him like a great guy, but he's an awful human
Really?
being. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
and there is a role in Guardians of the Galaxy that you could have played, and when you see the
What's that?
movie, you'll know exactly what role it is. When as soon as you see the guy, you'll be like,
Okay.
"That's who she's talking about."
Oh,
Really?
You
All
would have
right.
been perfect for it.
Okay.
there's a million stuff
Yeah.
this kid could play. I mean,
Oh, for sure.
if I was his manager, I have this fucking guy doing all kind of movies and commercial and stuff like
I
that.
know.
Are you kidding me?
Man.
I mean, you know that could happen. That could be in your future.
Yeah, maybe do something
Yes.
like that in the future. That'd be fun, actually.
For sure,
I did.
for sure.
I did a thing with One Championship where I filmed a show called The Apprentice. We did a couple episodes
Oh,
on their first season of The Apprentice, and I was gonna go back and film a couple for the second season, but it fell right before my fight. I didn't want to take off and have to
Yeah.
go overseas and and miss out like a week or something of training. So didn't do that, but it was a lot of fun filming. I could see that.
But people were saying that in the comments. I looked at the comments at one point, and they said he could be like the next Van Damme. You know what I mean? Like the
For
new
sure.
2.0. It's like, why not?
Exactly. That's the thing. And if your wife is
Who
in the
else?
industry too, you could learn, where to take some lessons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's funny
Right.
because, like I had talked to Chatri before your fight and everything. And he was just talking about like, just, they were so excited to have you. And it's just been, he was just like the guy, he couldn't say enough nice things about you. He really just couldn't. And so when you left the UFC, that's one of those things when people leave, and we were just talking about it earlier with Francis leaving. A lot of time people are like, "Oh no, what are you gonna do?" And
Right.
you're never gonna, that's a bad idea or whatever like that. So what was it, or was there a contributing things that led you over there as opposed to other organizations?
Yeah, I really like Mr. Chaudhry actually, and
Yeah.
the organization having different sports. I was kind of attracted to that. Yeah, it's not just MMA, but submission
I like that
wrestling,
too.
kickboxing,
I like that a lot.
Muay Thai. Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought that was super unique. When I first signed with them too, when I was in talks with them, they were supposed to come to the U.S. even sooner. So I was like, oh, this is awesome. The largest martial arts organization overseas is coming to the U.S. and I believe they're gonna blow up. And it kind of got postponed. They were just about to do it. COVID stuff happened, but now they're in the U.S. So that was something that I was like, that would be awesome. Being with the best martial arts organization overseas, getting to fight for the U.S. and getting to go in an organization, compete in different sports too. So
Yeah.
that kind of really drove me to them.
Well, the people there seem to be pretty happy. I never heard anybody I know in not Pride in the one
Right.
FC that ever complained to me about it. They seem to be happy about that stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Which I
definitely.
can't say about every organization, and I'm not
he
going to
told
name
me
any
he
names.
was thrilled with he loved it and he loved it.
Who, Alvarez?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And Dimitri seems pretty happy.
Yeah, Demetrius'
For
last
sure.
fight, that was good too.
Woo!
Yeah, he's had some good ones.
That kid, man, wow.
I know.
He keep adding to the legend of this guy here.
Yeah.
Right? He's incredible.
Well, Renato, I don't know. Did you guys make a video? No, that sounded weird. I was going to say, did you guys?
Not like that kind of. Get your mind out of the
That's what I
gutter,
was gonna say. I
Karyn
was
Bryant.
like, did you guys make a video together?
He's a man of
But-
God, for her.
But when you said back in the day when you guys knew each other, so he was.
Well, it's not like we knew each other. We didn't go to Nam.
Is he in
We
the
wasn't in
video
Nam
with you? Or,
together.
Like, what's the deal with you knocking out Tyron? Like, how can people
Well-
still see
well,
that
so-
somewhere?
Oh yeah, you can see. I think it was Chiron used to have a show called Champ Camp or whatever.
Yeah.
And he came because Chiron had messed up in his fight against the first fight against Wonder Boy. He did the Armin guillotine or hung, you know. So he came over to the place I was teaching at the time, a place in Brentwood, to learn the proper way to do that one. And he brought his protege at the
Yeah.
time, you know, which is Sage
Yeah.
Northcutt, and we, you know, we just was goofing around and stuff. But I did show him some back control stuff and stuff. It's a long time ago though, so maybe, you know, I'm sure he's traveled the whole world and stuff, you know. But it was probably one of the highlight of his life, except for he didn't remember that one until I mentioned that. But it don't matter. We'll
Well,
leave that in the past.
I didn't remember meeting Billy Q that time. I felt bad about it because
Well,
I hadn't remembered that either. But it's
yeah,
funny
she
because actually,
insulted our guest.
no. But now that I remember too, that was the time when you wasn't there a video about you seasoning your chicken for the first time?
Oh yeah,
Come
yeah,
on.
yeah. Tyron was making he was making some food, or grilling up food, cooking up food in the kitchen and stuff. And he's like, man, you got to season it. And he was seasoning it. And he's getting. I can't even tell you how much seasoning he was doing. He was seasoning both sides. After that,
What about you seasoning both sides?
both sides. Like, I mean, a lot.
Oh my
For
god!
me, I was
That's
like,
my
man, this is the
girls, both
first.
sides.
Yo,
Sage, you gotta see.
This almost seems like a comedy bit. That almost seems like a comedy bit. Like, I couldn't believe it. He was seasoning both
both
sides.
I'm
sides.
serious. Hey, so after that, we went to the store. And he's like, hey, we got to try some chicken feet. So we go to the store.
Oh,
He's like,
caralho.
it was the funniest thing. He's like grilling up chicken feet outside. We're having a good time talking.
Oof.
And he's like, here, you try it first. Anyways, we ended up trying it. We didn't like it. It wasn't that good. The chicken feet, no go, but it was
Why
pretty
eat the
funny.
feet? Yeah, the feet is not the best part. That's not the
Yeah,
best.
it was like chewy. We were trying to like rip I don't even know what it was, trying to bite into it, and it wasn't for me or him.
Now,
Yeah.
speaking of that, have you get hoped into to trying some delicacies in like the Far East that you kind of like, ugh,
Right,
like
because I was gonna
what's
say
the
they eat chicken feet in
yeah,
China. So
a lot. What's the wildest thing that they have hoped you into eating out there?
And I guess it actually didn't taste bad. It was like jellyfish, and I thought it would be.
Uh,
That's one thing. I thought it'd be crazy soft, and like you see a jellyfish in the ocean, you're like, it looks like soft and squishy. It was crispy, which is weird. Crispy and crunchy. Didn't really have much flavor. I had that, and then I don't know what it was. I was eating this meat, and someone brought me food, and they start laughing. I was like, "What are you laughing at?"
oh
They're like,
no,
they're laughing at the meat. I was like, what kind of meat is this? They
oh
said
no, don't.
stomach, but they said it in like a different language. I'm like, can you translate it? And they said, I read it. It said stomach. I was like, stomach of what? And they just start laughing. I have no idea what I ate still, but stomach of some kind of animal or something. But that was interesting. It tasted good.
Let's hope it wasn't doggy.
Yeah. Oh man.
tripe. I mean, people eat that. Isn't that what tripe is? Stomach.
I'm not sure. Is that what it is?
I think people eat like cow stomachs and stuff.
Oh,
I don't.
cow
I
stomach.
don't.
Yeah, I think you're right. I've seen that cow
Yeah,
stomach. Cow
I mean, because
tongue.
I know in Singapore you can eat so well, all those food stalls and everything. Like, the food there is fantastic. Like,
Oh, yeah.
oh my god.
Yeah, they have great food in Singapore.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Well, Hanato, is there anything you need to get to before we let him go?
Oh fuck. What was some of the stuff? Well, let's see. Before we let him go, let's see a couple questions from the audience here.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
Somebody want him to try chitlins for her.
Try what?
Well, people are saying
Chitlins.
that sometimes in Filipino food they use pig stomach.
That makes sense.
Tossing salad. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone goes, yeah, it's menudo. Yeah, that's true. In Spanish cooking, they have that
Tripe,
one.
yeah, tripe.
Try it. That's what you were saying.
And
Yeah.
then, yeah, and then.
Oh yeah,
there's,
someone said KB. Yeah, you used to chicken feet, KB. You use that in your voodoo ceremonies, your Jamaican voodoo.
You're the one. Well, down in Brazil, I know they eat the chicken hearts, and I remember being at the churrascaria before in Belo Horizonte before. It was like I was there with Shogun and Verdum and Vanderlei and that stuff, and they were all eating the chicken hearts, because they were going to be fighting, and it's
Really?
Yeah, they were saying that gave him power and stuff. Is that
The
true?
heart of a
Okay.
chicken. You want to have the heart of a chicken when
The
you're
heart
fighting.
of a chicken.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want.
That doesn't
Yeah.
sound that tough.
And they
Does
knew
it
you was
work?
a chicken head, so they was like, oh, let's give her that one. Oh, chicken head. Um, yeah. So okay. So what's next? What can we look forward
Yeah.
to? Any cartoon voices? Any kind of stuffs? We gotta listen. I'm gonna manage you for
Oh,
her.
here's a
Who's your?
question.
Okay.
All right.
That's
So
a fucking
I didn't
question.
want to interrupt. I know you were about to
No, go
manage
ahead.
him. You were gonna. So the question was, has anyone ever mistaken your niceness as weakness
Oh,
and tried to start trouble?
of course, I bet.
Yeah, growing up a couple times in school, actually, there was a few times, but nah, not too much. That was when I was pretty young.
But you put a stop to that shit real quick, I bet.
Yeah, I actually had one of my friends growing up in high school. Was kind of getting picked on, and some people were getting picked on and stuff. And I had to choke someone out one time, and there was like a bunch of kids in school. There were actually a bunch of wrestlers too. They got like in a circle and got around me so that way the coach and everybody couldn't see. But I had to put the guy in a choke, and I was like, "Hey, don't be bullying people like." Over here pushing my friend and bullying
I
him,
like that.
you know?
I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. After that, I don't think he ever bullied anybody again. But just little
Good.
stuff like that, kind of like helping out people that couldn't help out themselves.
Yeah, and that you know what? In a way, you help out the bully too because he don't need to be doing that shit, and
No.
he needed to be cooled out.
Right.
Draculus Thirsty is
Oh
asking, what's
God,
your max bench press? You
here we
are
go.
yoked.
Max bench
That's
press?
true.
Oh man, I bench press quite a bit. I go pretty heavy. I think I have a video of me doing like 405, which is a lot.
Yeah,
But
I mean, to guys like us, whatever. I mean, do you do you go to God's gym? Nah,
I
I would have seen you probably there. Nah,
do.
I'm
Yeah,
always
you're right.
there.
I don't work out much.
I'm always at Muscle Beach or somewhere like that, but I can't keep track. I train for free all that place. 24 hour LA Fitness, Jack LaLanne, all that stuff. But whatever. Who's counting? Um, yeah, the Python. Look at that one. I don't even want to give her too much a look. I can't put on the chain chop anymore. She treat me like a piece of meat.
You know what?
She treat me like a chicken heart. It's got like a shish
don't.
kebab of heart.
D&D is asking if you and Raymond Daniel spar. And if so, like does your sister
That's a great fucking question. That's a great
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, me and Raymond, yeah, we spar together, we grapple together, do some wrestling together. I actually like training with him a lot. And like you were saying, he's so knowledgeable with the striking and stuff. So I can learn so much stuff from him, and we're always picking each other's brains on stuff. And
You could help each other, yeah.
oh yeah, definitely.
Now, but who would the main question is, who do you think your sister is rooting for in that situation? That's a very
I don't
difficult.
know. I don't know if she's
Depends on
married
what's
to
going
him,
on at
so-
home.
That's like Sophie's choice. Yeah, but your blood, sangre, huh?
We're never going like super hard or anything, but
True.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like my sister would want him to win.
Oh,
I
God.
don't know. I'm just kidding. I'm not sure.
Wait, do they have any kids yet or no?
They do. They just had a baby recently.
Wow.
Baby girl. Her name's Rhea.
Oh,
nice.
that's
Yeah,
So
nice.
is she gonna keep fighting?
Yes. Yeah, that's the plan.
She's too young to fight. Well, you come up with some sick
really?
stuff every once in a while, Karyn Bryant. This is frowned upon in
I think
Um,
she can fight.
yeah. But anyway.
But yes, she is gonna get back at it.
Yes. Yeah, she fights for one championship too. So hopefully, maybe the next fight that I have will be fighting together. That'd be pretty awesome.
Oh, that would be cool. Well, so IE at the pad is saying, will
Okay.
Sage do other style of fighting in ONE FC? Since you said that was a draw for you,
Right.
the fact that they have the other ones, does that mean that, yeah, like you would compete in just a Muay Thai fight or just boxing, or just grappling? What do you, does that, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah, that's my plan. The next one, I'll start with one championship. I think it's going to be MMA. Obviously, we're trying to see if the fight that I had scheduled before is gonna happen. After that, maybe submission grappling. I'm like really interested in that. I've been really working my jiu-jitsu over all these years, and it was 4 years since my fight I just had and the fight that I had before that. So I had a lot of time to work.
4 years?
Yes. That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying,
so
Renato. It was a long time.
I didn't even. it goes quick these days.
Yeah,
Four,
I mean,
Right.
luckily COVID, like not luckily, but like
yeah,
that was a
that's
race for
true.
everybody.
Yeah,
But
that's
still,
scratch those 2 years off because everybody's life was, yeah. But wow,
but
I got
4
a question for
years.
you. Now, what style of karate did you grow up doing?
Yeah, sport karate, kaju kimbo,
But what?
taekwondo.
Oh, what's that kaju kimbo?
Kaju kimbo, it's like a Hawaiian style, and then also
Oh,
taekwondo. But like the main karate I did was sport karate, so different than the Olympic style. Like you've seen the Olympic style where they wear the big pads, chest
sure.
pads.
No, I know yours. I seen. You know, it's
Yes.
funny. Boss Hooten years ago, when you were still a kid, was telling me
Right.
to watch out for you. Boss Hooten.
Oh,
He
really?
goes, watch out for this kid. And he said your name. And I remember I didn't hear for
That's
a minute.
cool.
And then you came up into the UFC. I said, oh shit, that's the kid he was talking about. Yeah.
That's
Wow,
right.
that's cool.
Boss Wooden, he was
I've
keeping an
never
eye
met him.
out.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like Boss Rude.
He
He seems
knows
like a good
exactly who
guy.
you are. He told me we was having dinner with a
That's
couple guys
funny.
or whatever, and he was like, "Oh, you know who to keep you eye out for this fucking kid." Yeah.
It's
So that's
funny.
he was the first
Wow.
person who told me.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I have a story like that with Henry Cejudo. Like his manager
Really?
took me to lunch or breakfast one time in Vegas while I was there working
Oh,
on a different
God.
show. This was years ago, and Henry was only still just like boxing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I think I was there with Showtime Boxing, and he's like, "No, this kid is going to be the thing, and then he's going to cross over into MMA." And like I'm telling you, and like he told me, and so Henry Cejudo was on my radar, and then look at him now.
Wow, that's crazy. What a
Yeah.
story.
Well, it sounds like you're more excited about Henry Cejudo, but I'm more
No,
concentrated on Sage
no, I'm
Northcutt.
not.
Yeah. I'm more interested in Sage Northcutt and his journey.
It's
So, but
funny.
what's so specific about the style of karate you did? Like you said, the one in the Olympics
Yes.
has the padding. Yours does not do that kind of striking. Yours not. It's not the same kind of point
Right.
system.
Right. No, it's a little different. So my style, you had full contact in a way, except you can't go to the legs. So they had like continuous fighting. You have point sparring, which is very fast. It's like who gets there first, and
It's
then
like fencing. It's like fencing more. Yeah.
pretty much, yep.
Yeah.
And then you also had all the extreme martial arts. You had from like musical forms. You had different katas, like traditional style, Japanese style. So weapons. So you had like a big base of all these different styles you could do. It's pretty
All
unique.
right.
Cool.
I'm interested in musical forms, for her.
Yeah.
I use that in my private life, for her. When a woman come over to my sanctuary here, I
Plays
give to
music.
her. I treat her to musical form, and some of that includes Sade, Cherry Pendergrass, maybe some Jodeci, stuff like that. And I show her all kind of forms,
What forms exactly?
Wow, one farm in particular. I mean, excellent farm, by the way. Yeah. But enough about my love life,
Definitely.
which is going smashingly for her lately. But anyway, enough about that. Enough about me being single and having the time of my life.
Are you?
Man.
I'm single.
Yeah.
I'm not having the time of my life.
Well, that's your funeral. That's your funeral. Huh? You could have been one notch on my shillelagh, but you decided instead to
love it.
be alone, Karyn.
Asking if you're ever going to make an appearance
Okay.
in Cobra Kai, because apparently Eric
Yeah, why-
Wood and Wonder Boy have been on. I
Yeah,
didn't
that
realize
would be
all those guys have done it.
yeah, tailor made for this kid,
Yeah, how
especially.
are you not on Cobra Kai?
Man, I guess I gotta have someone reach out to me.
Yeah,
You know,
but you
how
gotta
can I
reach
do
out to them. Because these guys, you gotta remember, these fucking guys who do these shows,
right?
they're not heel martial art fans. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe the stuntmen and stuff, but the guys creating that shit, they don't know about that stuff. I bet you need to be on the radar because he would be a perfect villain. Can you imagine? This would be like Johnny 2.0.
Yeah, I
You
can
know?
see that. You know, I can do all the stunts too. The stunts.
Yeah.
Well, here's somebody's got an
Fight.
idea. Anthony M. is saying Sage
Okay.
needs to be featured in the anime Baki or Kengan Ashura. The Japanese love an American-based anime fighter. They're
Yeah.
made characters off of Tyson and Ali. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
That'd
Like,
be cool.
there's always that super strong
Yeah.
jawline
Right.
guy here, the hero.
Yeah, Baki.
You know what I mean?
That's
There's-
Baki the grappler. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like it's like a UFC it's like a MMA anime. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of that actually. One of my friends is watching it. He's like,
It's a good one.
Rocky next.
yeah, that's a good one. Baki.
Oh man, if
Not
anybody's got
your,
any connections
yeah.
or anything for that kind of stuff, yeah, hit
All
me up
right.
or message me. Yeah.
Just remember to say it correct. Don't, it's Baki, not Bukaki, because
You
that's a whole different kind of anime. You don't want nothing to do with that one,
don't.
huh?
His
That's
wife
more like
already
the
works in the
henchai,
anime
huh?
field. His wife is the one who would,
Okay, true,
I would think, have some.
true. Just be careful, my brother. One
Okay.
off word syllable, and then it's a whole different career path for you.
Dean is asking, when you were training at TriStar, did you ever spar with Rory McDonald?
Oh
Ooh,
yeah, actually a little bit. Yeah, Rory was super cool. Yeah, me and Rory sparred a
nice
little
guy,
bit.
Yeah,
We
great
did
guy.
some.
very nice.
We did some like strength conditioning training. I remember doing the airdyne bike with him. We were going
Ooh,
at it, and then he took me out. He's like, "Hey, do you want to go play airsoft?" I'm like, "All right." We go to this place and we show up there. They legit, like in Canada, pulled out these. I thought it was like real looking guns, but they were
yeah,
airsoft guns, and we were
yeah, yeah.
playing like underground or indoors. I don't even know what it was really, but he was lighting everybody up. That was like, yeah, he was definitely the
How
best one that
crazy?
night.
The Red
How,
King.
how
Yeah,
crazy is that stuff? It's funny when you play those games, you know it's not real. Your
right,
heart starts thumping. You know what I'm
Totally.
saying? Like as if it's like, I mean, it's crazy how much you start to feel like this is life and death.
right.
You know?
Totally.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's a
Dude,
lot
I
of
get
fun.
that
That's a
way at
lot of fun.
laser tag. I take that thing very
Either one.
seriously.
Even
Right.
Chad, when you was a kid, you was hunting for dear life. You know, somebody almost get that fucking finger chips on you, and you was like, oh god, not my back, my back. Yeah.
Then you get like rolled over and yeah.
Oh, all kind of, and he remember base, and there was arguments and fist fights over base. No, you
Yeah, yeah,
wasn't on
yeah.
base. Yes, I was. Fuck you. Ah, God, you
You know
remember
what I
that
did
stuff?
used to love though? Capture the flag.
Oh,
Oh
capture
yeah.
the flag is even
Love
better
it.
than anything. Anything now, capture the flag with airsoft. Mwah, that's like Call of
There you
Duty, but
go.
in real life now.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
Right.
do
Mm.
they do that with paintball? Some paintball time, don't you have like
Yeah,
a mission?
they do
Yeah,
a cap. You,
Yeah.
you can choose to do that one. Yeah.
they do.
That reminds me, I did paintball stuff sometimes on movies for guys who like movies. I was looking at it recently, and yeah, that was fun. That was fun. There's a
Oh,
paintball place in
so much
Otto.
fun.
We could get together. We could get like a festivities day at the paintball.
I would absolutely do that. I
Man.
would
Dude, that
absolutely. Oh,
actually
you
could be really fun, like a meetup up at the paintball place.
okay? We can do that.
That'd
And
be cool.
another stuff that I saw that I can't believe they have. We gotta find out where they have it. Have you ever played Mario Kart?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay, they have came up with a fucking go-kart system where the computer is set up so you can play Mario Kart. Like you have, if you shoot the turtle shells at somebody, the other person's thing jams up. Stuff like
What?
that. Like
Cool.
it's like Hero Mario Kart,
Wow.
and they have stuff projected onto the track, so it looked like the video game. Is You gotta look this up on YouTube. You
Where?
won't believe your eyes.
Okay.
They have that. I don't know. We gotta find that one. But that looks
Nice.
like something that's on my bucket list.
Oh, that's cool. That's
Yeah,
really
and I
I
cool.
just
already
gotta be reminded because I want to do all that stuff, and then I forget. I go, whatever, I'll
right.
get you that, and then
Well,
I
I
never
told you
do it.
about Whirly Ball, which is like you can play in the Midwest and like up north, and it's amazing. Like you can play it in
Oh,
Chicago,
it's like
and
bumper cart.
that's the one that's on bumper car. It's like bumper cars, but you have kind of like highlight, but it's really like a track ball. So you're riding
Yeah.
around in a bumper car. You have a track ball, and you're trying to shoot into a basketball net. And it's teams of whatever, and like you get hard, like because some people will like kind of wail on you with the rack, with the thing, and you get, you're trying to block a shot. It's really, and you're supposed to play after you've had a couple, or maybe not.
I bet you're laughing your ass
Oh
off
my
the whole
god, you're having
time.
the time of your life. It's the most ridiculous game you've ever played, and
I could just imagine.
you play it at like 1 a.m. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. It's so
I like
fun.
the sound of that.
Oh, that's cool.
I
Really
love that.
love it, love it.
Whirly
Well,
ball.
look at we've taken a lot of your time.
Yeah.
I know that it just was really great to catch up with you. It's been a while since I'd seen you, and just really really happy for you. Like I said, and like Renato echoes, and basically everybody here, like just there's such a universal goodwill toward you. I think just so much
For
positive
sure.
feeling
thank
towards you, and so yeah, just so happy for your return. Welcome back congrats and all that. And
Yeah,
I hope we see you fight again soon, right?
it's
Oh yeah.
it's nice to see a nice guy to have some good stuff happen, because
Thank you.
you're always a class act and you're always a good person, you know what I mean? And so, you see a lot of these other guys who is not so nice or whatever having success, and you think,
Totally.
Caralho, what sense, but it's to see a kid, we hoot for you, and I'm glad you're back on track.
Man, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah, and
For
and
sure.
and and the I think that the pressure that is put on a young man like yourself from the beginning is unfair, and you was a kind of a victim of that, of people putting so much weight and expectation on you, and you just gotta be you. And whether you win,
Right.
lose, or draw, you just gotta keep being you, keep doing your thing, and good stuff is gonna happen. You just gotta keep going to where follow your gut.
That's good advice. Definitely.
Yeah, yeah, because you still got a lot to give. I'm sure of that.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you,
Awesome.
guys.
Well, thank
you're
you so
welcome,
much
my
for
brother.
joining us. Really appreciate it. It's great to see you.
Definitely.
And yeah, best of luck in your next fight. And we're rooting for you.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks for the time.
Okay, my
All
brother.
right. All right.
Oosh.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
Oh,
Nice
come
kid. Yeah, he's a good kid. He's a good
He's-
kid.
great.
He deserved he deserved better than he was getting. Like life was kicking him in the nuts a little bit.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's
But
funny.
yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to say I remember, and I've said this before about him. The first time at the press conference when we saw him backstage, and I was looking at it earlier today. I actually have it if we want to look at it later. But like he was so polite, and in the scrum after, fighters are usually whatever after a fight. And somebody's like, "How does it feel?" He's like, "Well, sir, thank you very much for
sorry.
this question." And he was so polite, and at first everybody was like,
Is this a
Right?
shtick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like what? Okay, and then like you're there, and about a minute in, and all of a sudden you're like, nope, that's real.
Yeah.
And he's amazing, and that is the nicest guy.
Well-
and then you felt like you're the a-hole if you don't like him. You know what I mean? Like you're the problem.
Absolute, and you can't blame people for thinking this true, because a lot of time, unfortunately, when people is being too nice, they are full of shit. Or when a lot of time with religion, the more someone push that stuff, and the more people, aside from your carnage, but the more people is try to act holier than thou. When they have too many Bible quotes on here.
Right.
It remind me about dating sites and Instagramming. I used to be turned off, not turned off, but I used to think like I'll go elsewhere when I used to see on a woman's profile if it said God first, okay? Because then I thought, oh, she's gonna be a square. She don't, God first.
Right.
Caralho, she's not interested in premarital sex or whatever, okay? Come to find out that kind of stuff is basically like a smoke screen. It's for their grandparents and for their community to disregard if they see all kind of freaky shit on their Instagram, because the same girls have stuffs in bikinis and have twerkings and stuff, but they say God first, so her grandma could go, "Hey, my baby is God first, okay?"
Right.
And then I'm like, "Who's second, porra?"
Satan coming up real close second.
Yeah, so I'm gonna offer her a laranja, instead of the apple, caralho. But so you start to see that with you check your Bill Cosby's, or check any fighters that have been always trying to chow people about to whatever, trying to be too pious and stuff, and they turn out to be scumbags. So we used to that narrative, we kind of hit to that. So then you see a kid who's really like that, and we don't trust it, but every once in a while someone is put their money where their mouth is, and they really living that lifestyle.
Yeah, he's the real deal.
Yeah, and I get the sense that this kid is really like that. I from the little time I spent with him, he's walking the walk.
Yeah, I think so. And it's funny because, like, yeah, that's why I was curious to hear that he watches a lot of tape. Like, yeah, like I don't know if people take him seriously as a fighter. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know that they think he lives and breathes and dies the fight lifestyle like some other people do. I don't know, just because he
You know,
he
I
doesn't
think
manifest as like a tough guy. He manifests as
that's
such a nice guy.
that's one thing, but then also he was like you know how I said Boss Hooten said watch out for this kid,
Yeah.
and I think it might have been because Wonder Boy was starting to have success, and he was like, yeah, if you like Wonder Boy, and I think people put so much expectation on a kid who didn't have any MMA fights,
Right.
and it's like, so the expectation was unrealistic for him, and then when he didn't meet that, everybody's like, oh, he's a bust or whatever, and
Right.
it's like, now you're forgetting this is a young man who is getting his feet wet, where normally people gonna get their feet wet in whatever's your local shit at the local fair, Morris Day and the Chime is open up for you.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
Or you
Hey,
know what
but
I'm
with
saying?
that said, he went 6-2 in the UFC. But yeah, I think people would view
True,
him
true,
differently.
exact. But exactly my point. They just remember, but there was big fight. Like there was
The Mickey
what was
Gall
the
one is the one
that
that
was the
everybody
one
remembers.
that was the one that everybody wanna remember. And it's funny because fighting Mickey Gall at that time was like it had a little extra magic
Right.
to it because he had beat, his name was out there because he had beat fucking
CM Punk.
CM Punk, but then everybody didn't know how good Mickey Gall was because they thought, oh well, he's just the guy who beat CM Punk. He had an easy fight, so that was the thing, and they took a lot of credibility away from Sage. But I think there's still a lot left. Like I said, I'm not blowing smoke. I believe that kid. I'm always hoot for that kid, and I want him to do well.
I agree. Okay, so listen, Renato. Uh, you know,
Well, so listen, Hanato. What
nothing.
you want me
No,
to
sorry.
listen
No,
to
no,
here?
no. I just want nothing. I just wanted to get into some stuff.
But the way you
Um,
said it was like, listen, Hanato, if that
oh,
is your real name.
no, sorry. No, 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 no. It wasn't that. It was that it was that no, I just wanted to talk
Mm,
about this. Chidi was right. He did pick correctly that
unfortunate.
Almeida was going to win. I'm
Oh,
sad.
caralho.
And that
Was
was not the fight
bittersweet.
anybody wanted to see because all he did was take him down. And I had interviewed Biggie Boy before this fight, and he's like,
Yeah.
been working with King Mo on my defense and my takedown.
God,
We know he's going to try to do this. And it just was disappointing.
talk about Biggie Boy. Your boy, my countryman, is not to smile.
No, he's like 265 now, I think.
Caralho. That's a Biggie Boy. That's an even biggier boy.
But basically, this was the fight.
Yeah. Well, it's unfortunate. Can I tell you something? I missed all those fights. I had to rewatch the ones because I didn't know it was in the daytime.
Well, I was in Palm Springs, and this was actually on in real time while I was driving out there, and
Oh,
so, and well,
tell the
and
truth.
after I had gotten there, and I had other things to do. So yeah, I watched it later in the evening
Oh,
as
you
well.
did. You wasn't trying to watch it and drive at the same time.
No, 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 no,
Okay.
no,
Good.
no.
Good.
I
Good.
wasn't doing that. And
Now, Biggie
so
Boy. Oh well. I like you, Biggie Boy.
I
A
do
lot of bad
too.
stuff's happened for us on in that one. Only a couple
Well,
good stuff's happened.
well, Matt Brown. I don't have footage of that,
Now
unfortunately,
that,
but
now that, I mean, it's bittersweet too because
I love Court.
yeah, and I love his story. I personally have. But same thing with Match Brown. What can you do? It's the fight game. What are you the fuck you gonna do?
For those who don't know, Matt was our guest a couple of weeks ago, and so yeah, you're happy for the guys after they're on the show, which reminds me then too. So here's what also happened on Saturday. Our guest from last week showed out, and
Oh God, are you? Oh,
Carlos
my son.
Alberg keeping the streak going, and he's got now like I think the most knockouts maybe, or he's climbing the ranks there in the light heavyweight division in terms
You
of
know,
that. And
I've been in contact with Carlos, and we're gonna do a 23andMe. Because ever since then, it's became apparent that we can't run away from this now. and
He did great.
I feel like I gave him all the tool in his genetic makeup here, so it's like my patented formula. So he owe me some part of the success, some part of the purse. He owe me now.
Yeah, I was watching this in the hotel, and my daughter was watching this with me
Ooh, caralho.
since he had been
Ooh,
on the
that
show.
left.
And I was like, oh my god, oh,
Carlos. I was so happy for
so
Carlos.
happy for him. Such
Look
a
at
nice
this
guy.
guy. What a great guest too he was.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of sometimes the guys can check themselves too serious, you know, and be like you know, especially some good looking guys like myself or whatever. And when you found a guy when you found because I'm too serious sometimes, and when I see him, he remind me to have a sense of humor about stuff, you know, and how he
He's
was,
great.
and to just yeah, it was great, you know.
He's great. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm curious though. This is the thing, and this one is tough because not only is he just a
Oh
friend of the
no,
show, this is like
don't
one of
show
my
it.
dear, like this is one of
Light
my
skinned?
bestest
Oh,
bestest homies and stuff. And
light skinned heart. No, no,
for
light
the
skinned heart.
for the record, I wasn't sure. I didn't know if it looked like he might have been retiring at the end of this fight because
He
his
better
gloves
not.
was taking him off. He did clear that up today, though, with RJ on the radio.
What he
No,
said.
he just said his gloves are really tight. He's not. It wasn't because I texted him right and that later. I was like, "Bro, did I see you take your gloves off?"
Yeah.
But people are talking about the fact that he started talking to Johnny, and was it a PTSD thing? Was it a flashback? Was it something he was using to motivate himself? But people are kind of giving him some grief, and y'all can go suck an egg if you're picking on my boy Anthony.
Listen, every fucking listen. You know, fucking Walker has been through some tough stuff too. You know what I mean? Like you can pick apart some of his losses and say, oh, this guy's. You know, the people said the same shit about Johnny Walker.
You're
They
right.
said he was finished, he was overhated, he's a bum. And look at
He's
him now. You
chinny.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, guess what? You know, it's like fuck. What other sport is so unforgiving? You know, and you can't mandate that people who watch the sport have to train a little bit, but if you just train just a little bit, or even go to one class, go to one fucking MMA class, do one round of sparring, and you're gonna change all your whole tune about, oh, this guy's a fucking bum, and look at this, and look at that, and the other stuff, and if people don't respect what these fucking guys go through. They have no
Well,
idea.
to your point,
Yeah.
I love that you said that because just a couple days ago, and here I'm posting a comment here. I did a interview with Bo Nickel, and so
Bo Nickel.
Bo Nickel
Was he
is,
depressed that your Uncle Hanach wasn't there? I bet he was.
No,
He was
he
all
didn't
broken
miss
up
me at
about that
all.
one.
But we can
Yeah.
have him back. I mean, his show, he's fighting in July, so maybe we have him on, closer to the fight or something like that. But I did
Maybe so.
interview him, got to know him, really nice guy. But we talk about all that stuff, like um, um, just the grind of that life, and like yeah, it's just different. It's not for everybody. It's not that you can't. People
Yeah.
people don't understand what that's like. Like
I mean,
what
and
real
nor
fighting
should
is
they
like. Because we
understand
were talking,
exactly. Yeah.
yeah, like the wrestling room, all that stuff, like the hours, like people
Yeah.
can't hang.
But I guess in a sense, how could they? Because it's like, it's the same thing. Somebody goes to a comedy club, and see a stand up there, and then they start heckling or whatever. They don't have a sense of how fucking hard it is to walk out there and dominate a home and make all the individuals in that home laugh. I mean, it's almost an impossibility. Like have the expectation, this guy better make me laugh here, and then he make you laugh. But people don't know it, but if they was to try it once, they would go, "Oh, caralho, this is impossible." You know what I mean? And then
Yep.
maybe they have a little more appreciation, or if they was trying to act, or God knows what, everything that they critique, or hide a
It's
song,
true.
or whatever the fuck it is.
Well, I
But
can count on several hands how many times fighters said that, after they tried out for working at the desk or actually did it, and
I was just about to say that.
Holy crap, that's so much harder than I thought it was. Everybody thinks they can sit up there. Everybody thinks they can do my job, and everybody thinks they can do those fighters' jobs. You can't.
You know, it's funny that you said that because I was just about to say it before you said it, and shit that you do really looks easy. I mean, because you're not trying to make them laugh. You're not trying to. That shit just looks like but you just sit up there, and then when they see all the moving pieces of that shit, it's devastating. I mean, it's almost disconcerting how fucking hard that kind of stuff is because it just appear natural when you look at it and you go, "Oh God, this fucking shit." I mean, imagine
that means you're doing it well if it appears natural. The whole point. It's not easy. Believe me.
You only notice it when it's bad, like Hefferian.
Right.
Nobody cares about the Hefferian until you notice how shitty that one is.
Exactly.
Or a director, or anything, it's like, until you go, this is not good, then you shouldn't notice that one.
That's right. But somebody said Marshall Mixard saying, "Oh, you mean future champion Bo?" Yeah, for real. That dude.
I mean, probably
nice guy.
One day.
My goodness. Like just gave thoughtful answers, just a good guy. And
I'll fix that. I'll fix his wagon if he come on here, Carter. You'll see how nice he is.
Here you go, and the band goes, "Nickel, please."
No, I like that. How the fuck I didn't thought of? See, I know something's good when I go, God damn you for thinking of that one.
Isn't that funny? Like my kid, she sees me do that all the time. Like there's certain movies, or I'll read a certain line, and I'm like, oh, I'm so mad I didn't write it. Like
if you're jealous,
pissed off.
If you're jealous, that means it's good. Yeah.
Oh, I know. When people come up with good wordplay and stuff, I'm
Nickel, please.
Mad.
Nickel, please. Nickel,
please.
Yeah, I like it.
Do you want to know? And in fact, I know it's a movie that not everybody loved, but I remember coming away from watching 3 Billboards Outside.
So I seen it once. I enjoyed it when I saw it, but I don't remember a lot.
I was furious after that movie that I was so mad I didn't write it. Because it was just like great roles. Everybody had cool things to say. There was a lot that it meant something. It was poignant. It was, and I was mad that something that good was out there, and I was like, I liked what's his name.
I always like Sam Hockwell.
Oh yeah, well he's amazing. He's great in it. He's
always been.
Speaking of, God, I love that dude.
Speaking of genius stuff, okay, I've seen a couple stuff since we talked last.
Okay.
Morning Parch. I don't know if you saw this, but I think you did, and I didn't because I didn't had Apple Plus, and then I finally pulled the trigger on this one. Did we talk about Severance? Did you watch Severance?
I was underwhelmed.
Okay, so did you watch all the way through?
Yes.
Fuck. Okay, because I was kind of like after the first couple episodes, I was like, "Boy, this is a slow fucking burn."
Don't waste your time then.
Well, no, hold on. But I was like, "Oh man," and then I was like, "Okay," but I'm just gonna keep plugging. Oh. Then by about episode 6 for me, it started to fucking heat up. Anyway, never mind. But I enjoyed. Once he got to the last point, I'm not gonna ruin nothing because there's a lot of spoiler. But when he got to the last line of the last episode, I looked back on the whole thing and I went, "This is some. Wow, they really put something together here."
Well, maybe I could watch the end of it again. Maybe I was sleepy or something. I just remember being underwhelmed, but then I got to a point where I went so far that it was stupid to stop.
It's like it's kind of like Charlie Kaufman type shit. It's very like surreal and heady, and it's intricate. But also I don't want to ruin nothing, but let's say the dynamic between John Turturro and Christopher Walken was very unexpected and very touching. Let's say in a way that I could never have fucking expected.
Right.
But anyway, and then another one, I don't know. Now I'm not sure. But have you seen fucking the Triangle of Sadness?
No.
Oh, I think you should see that one. The Triangle of Sadness. Just look that up. It's a Swedish filmmaker, and this is his first English.
Is it Lars von Trier?
No, what's his fucking name? Now I can't remember the fucking
He's
guy's
Danish
name.
or something, I think, isn't he?
But it's very, very dark comedy. And is his other movie that was kind of made a lot of noise in America, and they even did a remake, was called Force Majeure, about like a guy who's like there was an avalanche at a ski resort, and then the patriarch of the family was like, "I'm out of here," and didn't check to see his kids or wife was okay, and then now they gotta spend the rest of it. Everybody was fine, but now they gotta spend the rest knowing that the dad is a coward.
Oh, they remade it with Will Ferrell and Julia
Exact.
Louis-Dreyfus. I saw
That's
the
a
remake.
that's a
Yes.
Swedish movie. Yeah.
Okay, I
So
saw the
he
remake.
did
Yeah,
the.
he's out of there.
It's called Force Majeure. Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
But
no, I did see
anyway,
that. I saw the remake
and
of it. Yeah.
this one have Woody Harrelson. It have to do with a yacht, and some influencers and stuff, and it is fuck. It's heavy duty.
I know I haven't
I
heard of that one.
I would recommend that one.
It's a show or a series? I mean, a
So
series or a movie?
it's a movie. It's a movie.
Oh,
A
okay.
1 hour. Yeah.
Triangle of Sadness. Huh.
Anybody seen Triangle of Sadness?
Somebody says that they like the White House Plumbers. I know that's out now. Yeah,
Oh, that looks
I
good
haven't
too.
seen
That
that
looks
yet.
good. Some good actors in there. Yeah, I'm down for that one.
Yeah.
Someone goes, Gilligan Island is a dynamic show. I know that. Oh, I'm well aware, Paul.
I haven't seen Mindhunter, so
I only seen the first season to Mindhunter. Not bad.
yeah.
It's about the first serial killer profilers. Like it's about the people like before serial killers
No,
was
I
a
remember
thing.
Mindhunter
Oh,
came. The
okay.
movie came before Silence of the Lambs and all that.
No, that's Manhunter.
Oh, Manhunter, yeah.
This is Mindhunter. This is about. This is based on a book about the first. Before serial killers became like a thing that was a problem.
Yeah.
The FBI it's about like the flagship guy, the programming to deal with
I
like
feel
the
I
new
might have
problem
looked into it. at
of
one
serial killer. Yeah, and it is very good. The guys who play the heel serial killers is incredible.
Hey, speaking of serial killers and stuff, and I'm just noticing your Knicks shirt. So, how you feeling about what's going on with the basketball?
Well, I don't love what's going on with the Knicks. But that's why I'm trying to
Rally? Is that your rally shirt?
trying to bring some of the spirits back from the positive days. From the more light skinned days of the John Stark. But yeah. Hey, overall, the playoffs has been so fucking exciting and unexpected, and just wow, I love it.
So, what do you think of your guy, or not necessarily your guy, but John Morant there with the suspensions and things for guns? So, in the past, he had waved a gun inside like they were on a road trip and he was in a strip club or something, right? And he had a gun.
Okay,
and then the other day on IG Live, he gets caught with another gun.
Aside from that, one time also before the strip club fucking thing, they had lost to the Pacers and there was some shit talking between the team. He and his homeboy pulled alongside the Pacers fucking team bus, and his friend or him, one of the people in the car, pointed a gun with a laser sight at the guys in the thing. Yeah, so this fucking kid keep doing dumb shit. And the crazy thing is, he just signed the amount of money this kid's gonna make from his new contract in the NBA is like in the hundreds and hundreds of million. Okay, then he just got a shoe deal. His own signature shoe with Nike. That's another fucking hundreds of million. Also, then he just got his own Powerade flavor. Right before all the dumb shit. Now, they gave this fucking kid, they was very lenient on this kid, gave him like 8 games or something like that, You had to be a special kind of fucking stupid to fuck that up, And I think it's a combination. I think sometimes the pressure on a young man to be a tough guy. Mm-hmm. Now, this is no excuse, but especially like a young black man, a young black gentleman, there's something where it's like somehow you're not official if you're not fucking dangerous. You know what I mean? Like if you're not, if you, and it's like, you gotta realize.
To actually be strapped. You don't have to.
Well, how about this? Come around with a bunch of goons, hire some ex-military guys, hire some military contractors, put them on the payroll, and fucking have them bodyguard for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Yeah, exactly. But why you got Why you gotta be the one to carry the gun? You know
I
what I
agree.
mean? I think it's more of a flex to be like, I let my goons to handle you.
Handle it.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Totally.
you think João Gotti get his hands dirty when he was on Chop? He let his fucking goons handle that one. This is Bush League shit, you know, showing the gun. And here's another stuff. Let's say he never got caught, and let's say they didn't do nothing to him about it. Let's say one day he does shoot somebody in self-defense. Then when it becomes a jury trial, what they're gonna do? They're gonna show how many times he was listening to
All the
whatever
precedent.
lyrics and putting the gun. Now, instead, your image should be the opposite of that, and you do carry the gun, and then you happen to shoot the guy. I was a model citizen for her. I'm on
Yep.
power aid. I don't want to hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying? He's just not playing it smart.
Yeah.
He's playing dumb.
No, not smart at all.
No.
And hopefully people learn from it. It's just really
Oh, it's
silly.
just so
It's
fucking
so
stupid. It's
dumb.
not even believable. I mean, it's unbelievable. And he's gonna who the day.
Yep.
There used to be a player named Gilbert Arenas. This guy had
Yeah.
50 point games. This guy was a fucking star. He's a fucking nobody remember this fucking guy anymore because he got kicked out of the league for being a dummy. Wait, what that guy said?
No, I was gonna say, yeah, no, he thinks playing gangster is what gangsters do. Someone's gonna pull his card. Ignorance is the downfall of most young athletes. That's what John
Yeah,
Morrow was saying.
he's not a heel gangster. That shows how much he's not a heel gangster. A heel
Right.
gangster never talk about that shit.
Right.
Never. They never talk about that shit in public. He's snitching on himself, and that shows how much
Right.
not a gangster he is. In fact, I'll tell you what. Most of the toughest guys I know who've done the dirtiest shit that you would ever,
Mhm.
they go out of their way to play up how not like that they are.
Right.
You would never know it. And all the guys who ain't never did shit is always mouthing about they did this to this guy.
For
This is
sure.
same thing about uh, um, heel chop of the hip MMA fighters. They're not talking about how they went to the club and told this guy I was gonna do this or that.
Nope.
That's the last thing they're talking about.
Yep.
They don't need to talk about that. They already know. You know?
Well, that brings up a good point, and maybe you heard today it was announced that
Hmm.
Justin Gaethje and Dustin Poirier are going to run it back.
I saw that.
Dustin too
That's some
for the
that's some good
bad
stuff.
mother effer belt.
Cool.
Apparently, Masvidal has been stripped,
Oh,
and
they really doing the BMF belt?
apparently, yeah, they're saying it's for the BMF belt or
Oh
something.
boy. Well, let's see if
Between
that gimmick has any legs still, you know.
between to Justin and Justin and Poirier. So that card also has Jan Blachowicz against Pereira, the former middleweight
Now
champ,
that's
going up to
now that's
light
very
heavyweight.
interesting. That's
That
very
is good.
interesting.
Ferguson versus Bobby Green. You know, one for the
I hate
veterans.
it. I hate
I
it.
know I hate it too. And Tony, I don't know. Hopefully everything's
I hate
okay
it.
with him. There was an incident the other day.
Me
I don't
too.
know.
I don't know what's going
I
on.
reached out.
I
I haven't
hate
heard
that
back
fight.
from him, but I didn't necessarily expect. I
I
mean, he does respond to me, but in this
yeah.
situation, I didn't necessarily expect to.
I
But
liked that fight a few years ago. I don't like it now. Nah.
yeah, I
I
don't
don't
like it
like it.
now. I mean, I like both of them too much. I don't like them fighting each other.
That's exact. Yeah. And they
Yeah,
both,
Chiesa
it's
versus
not
Kevin
right.
Holland.
Now that is interesting too. That's very interesting to me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Obviously, I'm rooting for my boy Chiesa. I mean,
Well, of course you are. I mean, that's a no-brainer.
but yeah, I think, and there's like Wonder Boy versus Michelle Pereira on there. Which would be
Another
fun. That's
another
fun. That's actually
oh,
a real crowd pleaser fight right there.
that's hot fire.
Yeah,
That's oh my god.
I love it. I love it.
That
Okay, so
is that
hey,
is a dream fight.
it really, really is. I want to let you know about a I just need to check one thing here. Okay, yeah. So Chidi's record now, Hanato, is
Uh-oh.
20, 10, and 2. 20
Fuck.
wins, 10. He got 20 right, 10 wrong, and 2.
He had a huff 2023.
He did. He started the year off a little dicey. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll
He
tell
had a
you
little
what, like I said, what the fuck is going on here? Have you been hanging out with the hung element? It's like John Mahan. It's like who
exactly.
you got this guy hanging out with? Is it because Ahara went to Japan? What the fuck is going on? He needs
Yeah,
guidance.
I don't know. I don't know what it is and what's gotten into him. He seems to be back on track.
He does.
You know, because he got the draw and then he got the one correct.
Okay.
So he's unbeaten in his last two.
He forgot what got him here in the first place.
So here he has the prediction for this weekend. We have Angela Hill is
Uh-oh.
facing
Oh no,
Mackenzie Dern, which
another
I hate.
fight that I hate this one.
I hate it. So they were
I
supposed
hate
to
this
fight at
one.
UFC Charlotte initially, and then because this weekend was supposed to be Rocky Pennington versus Irene Aldana. Irene Aldana got moved to the fight with the champ, Amanda Nunes, because Pena got injured, so then Rocky was left without a dance partner.
Yeah,
So they then
yeah.
took the fight from last weekend and brought it to this weekend. And
Which in a way that was good news because I thought when I saw canceled, I thought it was just one of them got hurt, and I was like, fuck. So at least nobody got hurt. So that's the only good news on that one for me.
Now they're both getting main event money, which is great.
Very good.
But I hate
Great.
that they're fighting each other. But here we go.
Yeah, because you
Here's what
can't
Chidi
hoot for
says.
nobody.
Here we go. Chidi's choice.
Uh-oh.
Dern versus Hill. Hello and welcome to another edition of Chidi's Choice. Today,
Damn,
the Fistivities
he's
Bearded
hungry.
Dragon mascot will be choosing the UFC Vegas main event between Mackenzie Dern and Angela Hill. He is ready to go. We put Chidi down in front of two piles of arugula. We take the names, we randomize them. We put one here. We put one over here. We put Chidi down, and he makes his choice.
Uh-oh.
Left came on.
Oh, shit.
Chidi believes that Angela Hill will pick up the
Wow.
win. We shall see. We
Huh.
shall see.
Well, stranger things have happened. I mean, I wouldn't put it past her.
Her hands are coming along, and they have. I mean, she's always had good hands anyway. And
yeah.
she's been working a lot on her grappling and her defense. You know, Virna Jandiroba usually submits people, and she didn't submit Angie. And that was a few fights back since before Angie was really trying to focus on her grappling. But then across the octagon, it's like you have that same story in reverse where Mackenzie's hands have come along so much by working with Perillo. And so, like, this is going to be a banger.
It is. I feel like, yeah, I guess people probably like this one. We just hate it because
I hate it.
But to be honest, I mean, Mackenzie. I mean, look, Angela has made her name in this sport already. I mean, she's cemented. No matter what happened, even from now on. But Mackenzie, I feel like if I was the UFC, it's like I wouldn't give her a fight like that. I would give her like one to just sharpen back up the name. You know what I mean? Like I would give her something that's a little easier than this. Just to get her back on track or something, you know?
Well, yeah.
This is like one of those fights it's a coin toss, you know what I mean? And it's like I feel like you could make so much hay with Mackenzie without doing this off of a loss.
I know,
you know?
but it's like at the time they get to a point, and when some of them are going to be rematches, and some of them are going to be,
I guess it just seems like you went from a loss to another fucking hard ass fight, you know?
Right, but Mackenzie is ranked much higher, so she is taking a risk fighting down. So in theory, it should be a quote unquote easier fight, but it's risky fighting down that much against somebody who's as much of a gamer as Angie.
Exactly. I don't think there's a lot of reward. I think this is a lot of risk and not as much reward. I just don't think it's a. If I'm the matchmaker, I feel like I could do better. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Well, you know.
Great for Angela if she wins, though, I think, you know? So I'm sure Angela is excited about it, you know?
Yeah, no, she's been posting some funny stuff, too.
Oh, I seen that fucking muscle one.
Photoshop and stuff that she's huge. And, like,
she's funny.
Adam, her husband, is her coach, too. And, like, it's funny.
They did the fucking Kanye West outfit. You know, listen, she's always been funny. She's funny. She's got a lot of flavor. The kids, you know?
Well, we used to do a podcast together. What happy was.
I remember.
You can go back and watch them. We had fun. We always did have fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm working this weekend, and so I'll be there. Like I said, I'm working the desk. I'm gonna have Sugar Rashad with me, and
where's this one at?
In Vegas, just Vegas.
And you have Alan Joahaban?
Joahaban with me.
You have Joahaban. Yep. Oh God, I haven't seen him in too long. You know, I used to see. It's like now he's a ghost of the past. He's ghost of Christmas past.
Yeah, he live
in Louisiana.
Yeah. Yeah.
He lives wherever
He is. He's
Shreveport
down.
or
He's
what is it? Lafayette.
Yeah. He's in Lafayette, Louisiana.
Yeah.
He and Mr. Poirier train together a lot. Like they, yeah.
That's the only good stuff. And they can
Yeah.
trade gumbo, hasapi, and etouffee and all that kind of shit.
Damn, one of us not guarantee.
I forgot what that guarantee. Oh shit! Wait a second. What was the guy who said that? What's his name?
That's from
I guarantee.
girl.
Wait a second. That's a blast from the
It's
past.
Quaid. It's Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, but I
Randy
thought there was
Quaid's
like
the other
a.
one. It's
I
Dennis
feel like there
Quaid
was like a
and
fat.
Ellen Barkin
I felt like there was. Oh, you're talking about the Big Easy,
Yeah.
but I feel like there was a chef.
Oh, there was the chef. There was the Cajun chef. And he's
Is
like,
it is
"I
it is it
guarantee."
Paul Prudhomme or was
Paul
it somebody
Prudhomme, I
else?
think, yeah, the
Is
Cajun,
his
the Cajun
guarantee?
cook, the Cajun chef,
I
something like that.
guarantee, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they started to do like mainstream commercial with him.
And
He's
then
like,
there
I
was the frugal.
guarantee.
Is that it? Was it him, the frugal gourmet? No,
Listen, the
that was
Frugal
somebody
Gourmet.
different.
Now, the Frugal. I used to watch the fuck out of the Frugal Gourmet, and he was the guy. He's almost like Mr. Hodges or something, but he got botched later when they found out. You know, he would always go, "Oh, my assistant, so and so, or whatever." It was always like young man or whatever. Come to find out, this motherfucker was like worse than Kevin Spacey with all those guys.
With the
Yeah,
meat and potatoes.
he was giving them all they could handle with that.
Yikes!
Yeah,
Yikes! That's terrible.
yeah, the frugal
He's saying
gourmet. I
Justin
used to
Wilson
watch
was the
the
Cajun
fuck
guy.
out of that.
Because yeah, I don't.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
But why can't I remember what he looked like? Did he have
Didn't he have
suspenders?
salt and pepper hair and he was big? Did he
You
wear
know what he-
suspenders and like a red shirt?
You know what I think he looked like? I think he looked kind of like the guy who's like the Wendy's guy.
Kind of. That's what I'm picturing. Yeah, that
Yeah.
kind of vibe. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we're thinking
Like
of the same
like
guy.
kind
I
of
think
fat and with some salt and pepper, like gray
Yes.
hair type. Yeah,
Right.
that's just. I guarantee.
I
The other guy I was talking about looked like he would be a twin of fucking Dom DeLuise. The Paul Prudhomme, you know that guy, and he
Right.
have some
Yes,
spices.
yes.
You know they have some spices with him on there, that Cajun hub and stuff like that. Yeah, I think I want to say he even had a Cajun Pringles or some or like Justin whoever the fuck he just talked about and he said they such and such I guarantee. Boy. Yeah, I like some Cajun cookings.
Do you?
That stuff is delicious, boy. That's
This
right
is
up
you,
my
just
alley.
as you all night. Passing out the andouille, huh?
Passing out the andouille sausage, yeah. Yeah, well, God, I give that one. I provide that one when I go down south. I provided that one down in Thibodaux, Louisiana. One time I was there
Thibodeau,
for
you dropped off some sausage in Thibodeau.
I was there for autograph signings years ago, and boy, oh boy, God, I left a whole andouille sausage back there. The ghost of my andouille sausage is still haunting people to this day. God, like a Scooby Doo episode, boy. Like Scoob.
Oh, I guess it's always the meddling kids.
Yeah,
hey, I have a question.
Let's leave the kids out of this one.
Exactly. I know you
Oh, God,
always do. Renato,
That's true.
do you? I'm just curious because I just wanted to share because I listened to 4 good songs before there. What do you? I guess you're doing an IG thing before you come to the show. Do you listen to any music before we start the podcast? Like,
Not like as a
when you get in the
ritual.
mood, like, what's your pre-show ritual?
My pre-show ritual. You know, for me, I'm just trying to like get done all the shit that I'm supposed to do in a day, and I'm like hurrying up, scurrying to get back in here. So my pre-show ritual, you know, is just I'm just cool down everything. I drop the shades, you know. I start setting up the stuff. It's like a cheese ceremony, kind
Put
of like
the
a
aqua
Japanese.
velva on.
Yeah, well, of course. I put bay ham or English leather. Yeah. Or yeah, aqua velva or electric shave. You remember electric shave?
shave.
Yeah, that's by Manon, porra.
By
Caray.
Menon.
And if I have like a guy that's gonna be tough for me to deal with, like a alpha male, I'm gonna put on like a brooch. I'm gonna put that on there and go like this.
Nice.
Brooch.
remember.
And if I
Well,
once your Uncle Natch have brooch on there, there's nothing can be done.
high canoe ever?
Hi Kahari, I'll tell you
High
that.
karate, or there was
Um,
canoe? Yeah, canoe.
there's canoe.
Ducar,
What the?
Ducar Noir.
Oh, that's
All the
yeah. That's
classics.
that's like a laser beam that cut
That
through.
is. I can
That
smell
cut
that one
high
through
high to
the
the
screen.
matter. But that aqua velva is for the older ladies because they feel at
Jay
home in that
Crockett
one.
said you were looking for Queen Sugar down in Thibodeau.
Oh, caralho, I feel like I'm setting myself up for that one because I don't know who is Queen Sugar, but that sounds like a
Well, there's a
that sounds
show
like a
called Queen
trans
Sugar.
person.
Uh
Um,
huh.
I don't know what is that one, so I'm not gonna comment.
So I have a question for you. Did you hear that the Weeknd is changing his name back to his original name? So he wants to kill the
Well,
Weeknd. He's been saying
well,
he
what the
wants to
fuck is
kill
his real
him.
name?
So his real name is Abel Tesfaye.
Oh, I
Um,
think that's because he's starting to act and stuff, and
yes, so he's
yeah,
acting now,
yeah,
and he said,
whatever.
so get this, so he said he's in a show called The Idol. I guess it's gonna be
Yeah, I
on
saw,
HBO, I
yeah,
think.
and they have
And
Johnny Depp's daughter in there.
yeah, apparently it's kind of controversial or whatever. People are saying some
No,
of the scenes are too this or too that. So he's
sexual.
as Abel Tesfaye in this, yeah. And so he
Abel
said
Chester.
though he forgot how to sing. He said like because he was playing the role, and then that guy doesn't know how to sing, and he had to do a
Oh,
concert,
bullshit.
and he forgot
Listen,
how to sing. He said it was like terrifying and all this. But
bullshit.
yeah, so he said he wants to kill, like that persona and kill that whole image and stuff. And so we can see
So,
the end of the Weekend.
so one thing about that guy, I don't listen to a lot of his music, but one thing I
He's
have come
good.
to notice. No, no, I mean I've heard. Look, he's talented kid. The one thing that I've come to understand about this kid is that he is has a great sense of showmanship and of he understands something that Prince understood very much, which is to have the mystery and to have the bullshit and the legend around your name. Changing your name. Another thing I remember people was outraged about. I remember I used to work at the telenovela in Burbank. Okay, I remember they also at the same studio they had Jay Leno at the time. You know the Tonight Show, whatever. And I remember everybody was a buzz because Prince was there. Okay, and everybody couldn't. I missed him, but everyone couldn't stop talking about how when he was walking down like the corridor, people saw when someone would talk to him, they would have to say it to the person who was there with him, and then that person would say it to Prince. Okay, like as if you can't talk directly to Prince.
Directly to him, Mr.
Now,
Nelson.
what most of the people telling me this story was outraged because how pretentious. What a this is how can you lose touch that much? What they didn't understand was this was a gimmick. It was a joke. It's like almost trolling people,
Right.
so that you can talk about wow, Prince, look at this shit, like I hear that you can't talk to, and he's part of the legend. It's like professional hassling or something. So your boy, The Weeknd, he is smart enough to understand this, and this is why he does this shit. You
Well,
understand?
I agree with you. It has a lot to do with it, and he is very very talented. Just straight up musically, I am a fan. I like a lot of his stuff.
Yeah.
But what you're talking about too with Prince and that whole thing reminds me. Did you listen to shout out to Smartless, my favorite podcast other than our own? Did you listen to the Joaquin Phoenix episode?
I did not, but I'm going to.
You
Yeah,
got to
I
listen
have
to
in
it
the
because
queue.
if you
I
guys
want to.
remember a few years back, Joaquin Phoenix, quote
Yes,
unquote, lost his
yes.
mind and was going
With
to be a rapper and all this. So he
exact,
went into a deep
exact.
fake thing, like
Of course. And I
deep.
love that kind of shit. I love that kind of. It's like Andy Kaufman type shit. Yeah,
Very much so.
yeah.
But what's crazy, you got to listen to the podcast because he explains what happened because people believed it so much
Uh huh.
that he then actually had a hard time getting work. Because, like, at first, nobody believed it was real.
Yeah.
And then they believed it was so real that they thought he
Yeah.
lost his
That he
mind
really
and
lost
now
his
was
mind. Yeah.
unemployable. And it, like,
So
it's such a
it
crazy
it
thing.
worked too well. It worked
Yeah,
too well. Yeah.
it worked too well.
Yeah.
It worked too well.
But I do love it. I
oh,
respect it. I
yeah.
respect it. But That's what the Weeknd is doing. For a guy to even say out loud, "Oh, I forgot, I did this, so I forgot how to sing." Get the fuck out of here! That guy didn't forget how to fucking sing. That's insane, you know. But I'm all for it. And you know, it's another thing how you can tell that this guy have a great fucking sense of humor. Have you ever saw the movie Uncut Gems?
Uh-huh.
Very disturbing movie,
Very
but
much.
the fact that he plays himself in there and he plays a coke sniffing scumbag piece of shit, no one who don't have a sense of humor would do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
He don't care. He's like it's like a goof, you know. He's gonna play himself and be like a piece of shit. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
You know?
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. So yeah. All right. Well, I guess I was asking you if you had a pre-show ritual. Yeah. I guess that was
Yeah.
a
Well,
long way around.
I mean, I gave you a long-winded fucking answer about that, to be honest. What else you want? I mean, God.
Yeah. Jeez.
How much more
no,
can we
only
say
because I
about
was
the
going to
Weeknd?
say I should start putting out like the soundtrack or something, or the songs that I listen to before I come on the air.
We was talking about.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
like I was in a mood so on Monday, on Friday night, I went to a concert. I went to see this guy named Dermot Kennedy, and he's an Irish singer.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's great. He's an Irish singer, and he is just really, really good. And one of my favorite songs of his, he actually played that night. So it's just been in my head, and I do have it filmed. Like I was able to film it, because a kiddo came with me, and I was like, "You got to film this one." You know, I'm just zoning out, but whatever. And so, but I was listening to that song. It's called "Without Fear." By Dermot Kennedy, if people want to hear it. And it starts off kind of slow, but it's one of those songs that's kind of like a slow build. And, he is like this, like, maybe if you looked at him up, they would call him folk, but it's not. It's just that he's an Irish singer-songwriter, you know what I mean? And so he's got a band, he's got a rock band with him or whatever. Anyway, so I listened to that, so that got me in a mood, and then I was like, oh. So then I went over and I was listening to Ray LaMontagne's song, Forever My Friend, which is also just another, but he is definitely more folksy, but he's American roots rock.
Hey, LaFontaine.
Ray LaFontaine's, who I've also seen in concert, who's amazing.
Okay.
So then I was like, oh, I'm in this like rootsy mood, and I got in this like rootsy mood. And then the next thing I played, I was rootsy, but I went heavy. When the levee breaks, I turned on the.
Now wait a second. Now you're
I
speaking my
went to
fucking
When
language.
the Levee Breaks, and I swear to you, maybe my makeup's not great tonight because I just started.
I'll tell you what.
I got so into it, and then I was like, oh shit, I gotta get ready. Like I was fully into When the Levee Breaks. So then I was like, okay, I need one last thing to take me over the notch to get me there, and that is Can You Hear Me Knocking by the Rolling Stones. Because that is like my favorite guitar riff.
So wait. So let me tell you something.
Right before the show today.
You've hit on the true stuff that's a cliche about our show. Led Zeppelin and fucking Goodfellas. So it all boiled down to that. It boiled down to that. No, I love that stuff too. The Led Zeppelin, especially that fucking Levee, When the Levee. I just recently, the other night, I watched the concert movie, the song He Made the Same. Led Zeppelin. God, nice. Anyway, I don't even want to go on because I could start talking about those guys, And,
for sure. But I was thinking, I might want to do that, start to like put out the soundtrack or something. But then I was also with that song thinking I needed to add it to my jump rope mix because it has such a great rhythm that I know I would really, really just like groove out to that.
No,
Which
it's a hell of a song.
I want to just remind everybody, if you didn't know, go over to crossrope.com, use the code KB15, and you can save 15% off everything at Crossrope. So that's your jump ropes. They have all kinds of cool stuff. Everything, and it is so much more fun than running. But 15%, KB15, and that's good.
And let me tell you something. If that's what's responsible for your physique, listen, you got a lot of fucking compliments from people I know about you little promo there. I will give you credit on that one because listen, I'm glad you're letting down your hair because as you can see, caralho. But also
Springs.
But even more than that, the live version, you get to see how it all moved together and stuff.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. It makes people happy. if nothing else, he made people
Scared
to
the
be
crap out
happy.
of me.
Well, sometimes the best stuff do scare us, you know. But I mean, I never seen Rampage Jackson to fucking comment a GIF before. He never put a GIF on none of my stuff. He put a GIF on that one, and I told you, watch out for the Rampage Jackson.
Hey, his son's a fighter now. His son.
I saw that. I saw his post
Right
today
on.
about that.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, I got several comments in my inbox, and it wasn't even my fucking post. And I got several stuffs about that. I said, yeah, I know. You know, what you want me to say about it? I understand. Yeah,
People are like, oh crap, I didn't know. Right?
exactly. And why shouldn't they know? If not now, when?
Well, so you know, I did shoot some more things to make an extended
fine.
version of the promo for YouTube.
Wow.
So there's more of that bikini stuff on the way.
love it.
I guess I can, because I shot some things to make a longer promo where I'd roll in some things, and then I did that little one, and I was like, well, maybe I don't know, need to do the other one, but maybe I just should, because it'll live on YouTube. It's like, would be.
I'll tell you. Listen, stuff like that, it's never hurt.
I was just gonna say, there's probably never too much.
It doesn't hurt. Let's put it that way. It doesn't hurt.
It might have a dual purpose, Renato, because as maybe I have discussed with you before, for various and sundry reasons,
Sundry.
I need to make a little bit more.
Oh, scratch, yeah. Listen, it have a drool
Maybe the
a
ads
drool
on something
purpose.
like that will make us some money.
I'll tell you what, and you know what somebody said? I think he posted it on like a story. I think somebody said something about if you fucking something about if KB drops a fucking OnlyFans, she's gonna hitchhire real quick. She's gonna head to an early retirement because the money you're gonna make on that fucking shit. I'm just saying, I'm just saying. I didn't say it. I'm just saying people said it.
Well, thank you, I suppose. And that brings up another thing, and it's interesting that we said that because I think you know her, right, Renato? I, the other day, did an interview with Vanessa Demopoulos, who is fighting this weekend as well. And for people who
Vanessa Del Rio?
she's a strawweight who used to be a pole dancer.
Oh,
And
caray.
she's the one who in the interviews, like, she jumps up and like into Bisping's arms and stuff after she wins. But
Oh no, into fucking Joe Hogan arms.
yeah, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So she's
Yeah, I know who's
pole
that.
dancer.
The Monstrina,
I did
little
this whole interview
monster.
with her.
Whatever.
Yeah, we talk
Yeah.
all about her career. And so we talk all about that, like having OnlyFans or not having OnlyFans, and like, yeah, sometimes you kind of feel like, am I the idiot for not doing it and leaving
answer
money on
is
the
yes.
table,
Yeah, you're living. Listen, imagine every guy you know. Imagine if there was a market for him to do OnlyFans and to just kind of giggle around and be in his shorts or whatever, and made 7, 8, 9 figures or whatever some of these chicks is making. You would never see these guys working again.
But here's my question. So you hear that. I think that's a great urban legend and a myth. There's no way everybody's making six
I know
figures.
I
There's
know a
no
chick.
way.
I know a chick who was working. I'm not gonna name names. She was working. She is a professional MMA fighter. She was working as like in a fucking bar to make ends meet, like as a fucking waitress or whatever. It's like embarrassing or whatever. During COVID, because she couldn't do that second job, and the fights was getting fucked up because of it. She was like, well, it's OnlyFans time. This fucking chick bought a house like over the summer of the fucking and I'm just telling you, the stories that I'm hearing from these girls, I'm like, it make me jealous. I'll tell you that.
But but how far do they go, I guess is the
Well, it depends. It hunt the gambit, because I'll tell you what. You know what though? It all depends. Listen, I'm saying all this. It all depends on if it goes against your spirit, you can't do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But these chicks happen to fit with their morality or whatever. Hey, for some people, porno is okay. And for a lot of people, myself included, like I don't want to do I like porn. I like to watch that one. I wouldn't feel comfortable people seeing my full body doing porno. Maybe if they saw my Johnson and you don't get to see my face, yeah, fuck it. But I don't want people
Yeah.
seeing me, my grandma or whatever. I don't want people seeing me doing a porn. But it all depends on what you're willing, what you're okay with, and there's
Yeah.
no morality about that stuff go across the board. Some people is fine with it, some people is more modest about it, whatever. So, Coco,
Yeah.
is that crazy what I just said? I
No,
think
I
it's
think. Look
no,
at.
no,
I'm
I'm
not
kidding.
judging people for doing it.
No, the
I'm saying
cuckoo dog. You
it's
put the
cuckoo.
cuckoo
Yeah.
noise height when I
No,
said.
I'm not judging people for doing it. Like I said, sometimes I think, am I, not that I'm silly for leaving, I'm leaving money on the table, but like I'm raising a daughter, and I'm not going to do that. But she is the one who held the camera for me to shoot the promo. Like, you know what I mean? She
Like,
understands that I'm playing the game. Do you know what I mean? She knows that I got to
okay,
play the game.
for instance, what if your OnlyFans was you trying on different swimsuits and you come out of the water like you just did in that promo and you just go or you just say or you give people their fucking
Time to get
horoscope or
wet.
something, whatever the fuck it is. It's just you doing that stuff, or you're in your bikini, you're making Jamaican jerk chicken or whatever the fuck you do, whatever, maybe you do the weather, whatever it is you want, and you do it in a bikini,
Oh, I
okay?
have to think about that. Doing like
How
news
about
updates in my bikini.
or
for
how
sure.
about this? How about this? You already do jump hope every day, whatever you do. How about you just have the fucking thing on when you're doing jump hope and you just talk to people while you're doing the jump
Oh no,
hope?
I do, and I do little videos,
No,
and I
no,
do, but
I
I'm not gonna
understand.
do it live, dude. No way, I'm not doing a live jump
But
rope.
that might be an added thing. The guy goes, like, imagine you're breathy and you're going like this. Hey, Mike Johnson, how you doing out there? Or whatever. Then you just do jump hope, and then you get your house paid for or
And now
whatever.
I'm a cam girl. Thanks.
Better than being a broke girl. Oh, God, damn
Now I ain't
nothing.
saying she a gold digger.
Yeah,
She
but
a
and you're
misdemeanor.
doing it on your
Broke.
own charm or whatever.
True. Hey,
Who
well,
knows?
Hanato, that was kind of all I think I had to talk about this
Yeah,
today.
I
I
think
don't
it's
know if
plenty. I think
I
it's
didn't know if
plenty
there
for
was
the
anything
fall.
else you wanted to get to.
No, I think we covered a lot of stuff, and I think that we leave them wanting more.
Let me just see if there's anything here. Oh, I should let people know that, we are also available as audio downloads. If you don't know, you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Stitcher. This is episode 83. So, we had Matt Brown a couple weeks ago. We had Carlos Ulberg. So, both of those guys just fought this last
How are
weekend
you?
and picked up wins. Angie has been on with us. Mackenzie
Yeah.
has been on with us. So, you could check those out too, because the thing is our interviews are really evergreen, right? Because we talk a little bit about maybe their upcoming fight or the fight they just had, but a lot of the stuff that we talk about is not necessarily just one specific fight related. So even if
No.
you haven't seen it or whatever, you're like, oh, it's from last summer or whatever, still totally worth watching.
Yeah, and we get sides of these fighters that absolutely nobody in
Yep.
any setting get. It's a different stuff that we show you on that one.
Yeah.
How many people have seen any of that side of Sage Northcutt? Case in point.
Totally.
You know what I mean? You never get to see the heel personality.
And I saw something on Twitter this weekend. Somebody said something. There was some line about how like Matt Brown never smiles, or like he
There you
finally
go.
smiled after getting a bonus. I'm like, are you effing serious? I'm like, bro is cracking up for the whole time he's with us.
The
And he
whole
stays for like an
time.
hour and a half.
And fair enough, because you don't see that side of him. You don't get to. Some people never seen what his fucking teeth look like because he's always looked like he's serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you get to really see this different side of people here.
Yeah. I actually, Matt Brown, that was a really enjoyable interview. He's just
Oh,
a cool
one of my
dude.
favorites.
Like, he's
Yeah.
just I mean, he's gonna be that. Like I feel like everything you think he is in terms of just like how cool and laid back and chill and like a so like down to earth real dude. He is that, and but
Yeah.
man, but funny.
But he's
gotta
less
go to-
mean. He's more accessible than you think he's gonna
Way,
be.
yeah, way more.
And
That's true.
you know how many fucking heavy metal fans was just blown away the fact that he
know.
was there at that thing. You saw in all the comments. I mean,
Yeah.
people was really blown away. That was a fact that it's almost like just sitting there and nobody knows about that, you know. And it's stuff like our show that bring that stuff out, you know.
It's right. Well, you're right. And for those who don't know what he's talking about, yeah, Matt was there when Dimebag Daryl was killed. And I actually isolated that part of the interview as well. And you can find it here on my YouTube channel. I don't want to zoom away because I don't want to screw something up.
No,
But,
don't.
yeah, it's right here on my channel because I had already had
Yeah.
those other links ready. But it's right here on my channel. I isolated that part out. But even if you go to the whole episode of 82, there's time codes. And so, you know, you'll see when we get into that part of the conversation. But
Yeah.
it's a wild story. And like you said, if not, hear it on Hanato's Insta. Totally wild.
Yeah, but go get the full stuffs from the YouTube, you know. Go to
Yeah.
Karyn Bryant YouTube. Yeah, and you know she have some links there, and I have if you go into my DMs in my Instagram, I have a link. I have a link for some of the ladies there too. A sausage link for her. So you know that's available for some of you lucky
Are they
fan
lucky?
out there. Well, some of them, not all of them. Some of them is smart. Wait, look at how you play with your chest when I talk about
Because
that.
I was just thinking about what
I
that.
talk about my sausage thing, and you go like this. Look, you go like this,
I don't want
and you start getting all hot and bothered.
I will admit,
Yeah, why?
I might be in the mood for a tube steak, but I don't want yours.
Listen, methinks thou dost protest too
I
much
really don't.
because you got I'm serving a special here for summertime coming up here. My spring menu spring/summer is tube steak smothered in underwear.
Your
Cara.
your summer sausage.
Yeah, summer sausage. Yeah. You know, a lot of people don't know that I spent a lot of time Hillshire Farm, perfecting my craft. Um,
I don't want it. No, thank you.
well,
I don't. I'm meatless these days.
it's your funeral. You know, you're shooting yourself on the feet. You know, but more for everybody else.
More for everybody else. Exactly. You're welcome, ladies.
Yeah, it's a sausage fest, like lobster fest. Sausage fest. Unlimited breadstick. Anyway, pumpernickel though this one, Karyn.
I do love pumpernickel. That's my favorite.
I bet you do. Now mine is more whole wheat,
Is it not honey?
or it's more
Honey wheat?
what's olive loaf or whatever, because they have some of the. It have a lot of the extra stuffs and the
I thought I
carbuncles.
was cinnamon swirl.
Well, but it's more savory than that.
Right?
Anyway.
Okay, let's go. Where can people find you?
Banana. No, it's more banana bread, Karyn. No. So, or they can find me if you want to DM me or whatever. Send any lewd, lascivious pictures or cheesecake photos or whatever. Send that ones to my DMs, care of Renato_Laranja. Yeah, and you're gonna enjoy that one, Renato Laranja.
Okay, and for me, on Instagram, it's KB Heat. And over on YouTube and Twitter, it's Karyn Bryant, Karyn. Bryant as in Kobe, no relation, but may he rest in peace. Remember, KB15, the promo code over at crossrope.com. Get your ropes, get whatever you need. Yeah, and I'm working this weekend. So UFC Vegas 73, Angie and Mackenzie in the main event. Working with Joe Ban and Sugar Rashad Evans, so that will be fun. So check us out on UFC Live and the pre-show and the post-show and all that good stuff. And please check out my interviews with Vanessa Demopoulos, who is fighting this weekend, and Bo Nickel, who is fighting on UFC 290 International Fight Week. But those are a couple of new interviews I have out. I'll probably have some more coming up as well. So yeah, if you're on the YouTube channel, please subscribe.
Yeah, guys, send her some invites and some dinner invites and stuff like that to her Instagram. Send her some dick pic, whatever. You know, don't be shy. Send her, you know, get out there, check a chance. You know,
shoot your shot.
How's she gonna know though what you're working with if you don't send her?
How am I single?
Listen, you're shooting yourself on the feet. Um,
I just don't understand.
I don't know either. I think that there's it's like water everywhere, but not a drop to drink. But you're not drinking that one.
I don't
It's
even
a
see the water. There's no
self-imposed,
water out there. There's nothing to drink.
but there's Kool-Aid and also a lot of
Grape
other
soda.
stuff.
Yeah.
There's grape
Everywhere.
soda, and you gotta avail yourself of that one. Look, there's a lot of guys that want to get their meat hooks on you, and I know this for a fact. So I don't know what's the problem here, but
They're telling you, and they're not telling me. Apparently,
guess why? Guess why?
I don't know.
They simply afraid.
Oh.
That must tell you something. They afraid. They see the way.
'Cause
Listen,
I'm
they
so
see the
scary.
well. They see the way they look at your Uncle Henach, who looked like he was carved out of one piece of gingerbread, one single block of gingerbread,
I'm a real boy.
and they go like this. God, are you? If she, I mean, she look at how she's turning her nose up at that. How can I compete with Uncle Henachi? And then how the fuck she's gonna want something like this for her? You know what I'm saying to you? So maybe you need to let down the drawbridge a little bit.
Maybe,
You know?
or maybe people mistakenly think we're dating. We are not, and I am not married anymore.
She,
It's been a couple of years, so
I think that probably they think that I've got my hands in the cookie jar or
you
whatever,
know.
and they don't wanna, they don't wanna tangle with your Uncle Henachi, I guess maybe.
Oh, okay.
Um, no, but how can they compete with that one? They think that maybe you're used to that you had your eyes burned with the cinnamon. On the old plasma TVs, if you the image get burned in there,
Right.
they figure my image is burned into your eyeballs because you look at the cinnamon too long. Then how can they see anything else, Karyn?
Right. And I permanently now am just looking for basically you everywhere. 'Cause it's
Yeah,
kind
you
of
see
burned
me
into-
everywhere, but that's probably a good stuff because they can look. You can look at a subpar gentleman and see the ghosting of your Uncle Henachi on there.
Yes, Elmo. He is forever and always will, has been, forever will be, always was. We're just bros. We're homies.
She's
We're
afraid.
partners.
She's
We're
afraid.
partners here. You can't screw up. Look it. I already used to go out with the person that I worked with. It didn't end well.
She's afraid that her heart won't be able to go on like what's that one?
Celine?
The French Canadian chick or whatever.
Celine Dion.
Yeah.
I,
And then her heart is gonna
let's
be
just go.
trampled.
Goodbye,
Okay,
Renato.
so anyway, for all you other lucky ladies out there, you know what time it is.
You know where to find him.
See me on the GM. Okay. Okay, everybody.
Yes. All right, folks. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We really do appreciate it. And, tell your friends. If this is the first time you've ever watched us, I don't know. There's a lot of episodes. This is episode 83. But tell your friends about us. We really do just like to come here and kind of have a good time. And hopefully you guys enjoy it as well.
Well,
Right.
of course they enjoyed that
Okay.
one. Okay, ciao for now, everybody. Karyn.
See you later. Bye.
See you next time. Oh, Karyn, look at that. Look at that look like a creamsicle color tie-dye shirt in there. You wore that just for me. That's color laranja. That's laranjas and cream for her. The cleavage in there. Also the V-neck.